Welcome to Dude No Way Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. And have audio doubling, I guess. Let me just make sure that that is taken care of, and should be good. Alright, I don't hear it anymore. Testing. 3, 2, 1, testing. Looks good. Looks like the lighting preset is messed up. Alright, hang on. You know, power surges keep resetting my lighting. Hang on, give me 1 sec. That fix it? Yeah, there we go. All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Moonchild of Dude No Way. Today, it is Season 1.5 release of Marvel Rivals. Very excited to be bringing you this show. This is the release of the Human Torch and the Thing here in Marvel Rivals. Two of the Fantastic Four members that have previously not been released. At the start of the season, we had Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm. Now that we are about 6 weeks into the season, we have the release of the Human Torch and the Thing, new Duelist and Vanguard, respectively. And it is a very exciting time to be a player and a enthusiast of the game here. Marvel Rivals has been killing it in terms of viewership, in terms of player base. Like, the game has been amazing. In addition to that, they have been quick about addressing balance concerns, things that are problematic in the meta, and they have been, like, pretty Johnny on the spot with that stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I am low-key impressed with NetEase and how well they are able to respond to the different things that are going on. And the developments throughout the game as a whole. And today we're going to be going over the balance stuff, the Season 1.5 patch notes. We're going to be playing some games, hopefully as the Human Torch, and maybe we'll dive into a little bit of the Thing as well. But there have been some new problems that have arisen as well, which we'll talk about in a little bit here. I think that off the start, I just want to say hello to everybody. Hello, good morning. I hope you guys all had a great day yesterday. Sorry that I missed you. I was feeling especially sluggish, and I was sleeping a little bit late, and when I woke up, I still felt sluggish, and I was like, you know what, maybe today, maybe I just sleep. So instead of waking up at the normal time, which normally I get like between like 4 and like 6 hours of sleep, so I don't know, I probably did that for like a month and a half, and then all of a sudden, it started to catch up to me. So I slept a little bit extra yesterday, and then when I woke up to get ready for the show, I was like, oh no, fam, no, I need more. So I ended up sleeping until like 1:30 in the afternoon, you know, after I woke up and did the fatherly duties and all that stuff. So I needed to recharge the batteries. It was also a good time to take a day right before we go hard in the paint for the new season release. And if you guys are here, you are watching on YouTube, do not forget that over on Twitch drops are active, which means that you can get a brand new spray and a new emote for Hella. If you follow us over there, we are Dude No Way Gaming on Twitch, which is also our main channel here on YouTube. And then if you are watching on Twitch, you can find all of our VODs saved forever over at our Dude No Way Live channel over on YouTube. The Twitch VODs only stay up for 2 weeks, and then they disappear. YouTube, I can send them here, and I can just have them forever, you know. So if anybody wants to come back and rewatch old shows, which I know there are a few people who do go back and rewatch the shows later that they missed along the way, you know, that gives them an option to do so. Don't forget to catch us over on Twitch right now and keep us open so that you can get your free rewards from the Twitch drops. They are active as we speak. So Nick is here right off the start. Nick says, yo, 1.5 is here. Let's get it, Nick. What's going on, dude? It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Sorry I missed you yesterday. Let's get it, dude. I'm really excited for this new patch. I'm really excited for the new heroes to be released. I was eagerly awaiting the shakeup in the meta, as well as some of the changes that have come along the way. And speaking of changes, let's go ahead and dive directly into the new changes for Season 1.5 here. We've got the balance post already pulled up, and it says, Dear Rivals, we're excited to... Let me just see if I can... if I make this larger, does this help with your ability to read it? Kind of. Let's see. Can I do it like this? Yes. And then let's just take it down one more. I think that's good enough. It says, Dear Rivals, we're excited to kick off Season 1.5 right away with some refinement to our superheroes and villains. As a reminder, players can look forward to comprehensive adjustments to team-up abilities beyond numerical tweaks starting in Season 2. without further ado, let's get straight into the balance adjustments. Going into the Vanguard first here, we're going to have Captain America, and I'm just going to call it right now. I think that Captain America is going to be the new meta tank here in Season 1.5. The Thing is obviously going to be very strong, because if he was very weak, then we would run into a situation where nobody wanted to play him, and the initial release of a hero is very important. You want to make them on the stronger side of balanced, if that makes sense. And that way, people will enjoy the hero, they will take the time to play the hero some more as the season goes on, and then if they release in a less than favorable state, then you get to this spot where, like, kind of nobody really wants to play the hero, and that is not good for business. So, every time you see a hero release in a video game, you can expect that they will be on the stronger side of balanced. Not incredibly overtuned, but overtuned just slightly. Just slightly enough so that they feel like really good when new people come in, they play them for the first time. So, again, like I said, I think Captain America will be our meta tank coming into Season 1.5. I think that he is going to very quickly rise to the top of the meta in terms of tanks that we see every single game. Or at least, like, almost every single game. We will see the Thing a lot. And we will see Captain America as, like, tank number 2 that we're going to be seeing very often. Obviously, we'll still see Magneto, we'll still see Strange, probably some Groot and some Hulk sprinkled in there as well. But the Thing and Cap are looking hot off the presses right now. So, the changes to Captain America, we have Steve will receive some enhanced survivability. His Vibranium Energy Saw will feel smoother, and his ultimate ability will be more attainable thanks to a reduced energy cost. Point number 1 says he'll be able to shield himself with Living Legend mid-leap, which is awesome, which is something that he wasn't previously able to do. If you guys remember, when you jump up in the air, the only thing it would let you do is basically to do the dive down onto people. It would replace your melee attack. It would not allow you to shield yourself while jumping. Now he's going to be able to shield himself while jumping, which is great. Increase Vibranium Energy Saw's projectile speed, which is the shield throw ability. The projectile speed went up from 60 meters per second to 80 meters per second, with ricochets ramping up from 100 meters per second to a supercharged 150 meters per second. Basically, the bounces are gonna bounce like a motherfucker, and the initial throw is going to be slightly faster. Reduced energy cost for his ultimate from 3,100 to 2,800, so a very slight adjustment to his ultimate there. You're going to be seeing it a little bit faster. And then the final point says, enhanced Captain America's combat experience by separating Sentinel Strike from melee attacks. He will be able to use melee attacks with his shield while his shield is thrown, or during his team-up ability, Charged Aegis, to activate the first 2 hits of Sentinel Strike. So basically, and additionally, while airborne, he'll be able to use melee attack. So essentially, the melee has been decoupled from the dive attack when you jump up into the air and you dive down onto people. Previously, you were not able to melee. The only thing you could do in the air would be to do the dive attack. Now, you'll be able to jump up in the air and punch somebody in their fucking face if you wanted to. And in addition to that, you can use it while the shield is being thrown, etc., etc. Basically, you're just going to have a decoupling of the melee attack from the primary fire. And the primary fire will still do the shield throw when you do press it if your shield throw charges are active, but you can then hit your melee button to punch people while the shield is out and you're waiting for it to come back. So, big changes to Captain America. Faster ult charge is going to be huge. Faster ricochets is nice. It's a neat little quality of life exchange anyway. And then being able to shield yourself while jumping is just like, I mean, duh, dude, why shouldn't he be able to hold his arm up while jumping? Like, you're telling me that the guy, a super soldier, can't lift his fucking arm while he's jumping up in the air? I don't know. It seems like a stretch to me, but I'm glad that they fixed that. Adjustments to Doctor Strange, a little bit of a nerf here. We got reduced adjustments to Doctor Strange, a little bit of a nerf here. We got reduced base health from 650 down to 600. Will that make Doctor Strange fall out of the meta? Absolutely not. 50 HP is not that much. It will slightly reduce his effectiveness in combat, though, and that slight reduction should be enough to open up the floor for a few other tanks to be able to do their thing. We've got, for Groot, we'll be increasing the threat range of everyone's favorite Flora Colossus. The Thornlash Wall placement range goes up from 15 meters to 18 meters. And if you guys don't know, while playing Groot, there's this thing that you want to do when you have somebody that you're fighting, they're in front of you, right? And you want to throw up a wall behind them, specifically, excuse me, I hit my microphone stand, my mic arm even, specifically the Thornlash wall. You want to throw it up behind them, not just to break line of sight to the people that could potentially heal them, but because the melee attack from Groot will actually trigger the Thornlash wall to Whomping Willow the shit out of people that it is next to. So whenever Groot is near them, the walls will, you know, come out and slap around people with their vines, right? However, that does not work if you put the wall up and then it forms and the person is now behind the wall. It doesn't work the same, right? You need them to be actually there. You need to hit the melee attack before the wall will be like, oh shit, word, let's swing those vines around, right? So this is going to allow Groot to be able to place the wall easier when dueling somebody. So the problem that you would run into as Groot is that you would try to put the wall down, and then it would build the wall, and by the time the wall went up, the person who was backing up that was facing Groot head-to-head, right? The person would be backing up, the wall would come up, they'd be behind the wall. Giving you this extra 3 meters allows you that additional space to be able to build the wall and trust that you will have enough time for the wall to come up before they are able to slip behind it. Which basically is just gonna mean more DPS for Groot, right? And potentially more plays where Groot is able to cut you off from your healers. So be careful of that. It could be scary out there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to turn... Actually, no, I'm not. Never mind. So anyway, for Magneto, it says the Master of Magnetism will experience a slight dip in survivability, but will be compensated with a small surge in offensive ability. So, the increased volley projectile damage from 35 to 40 is nice. However, the Metallic Curtain, which is your shift ability, your big shield that comes up, it's got an infinite amount of damage it can take, and it was previously up for 2 seconds, is now up for 1.5 seconds maximum. And that is going to make it more of a skill move. When you press the button, you bring up the Metallic Curtain, the big-ass wall in front of you that shields you and your teammates from an infinite amount of damage. You will now need to use it a little bit more skillfully to be able to capitalize on its defensive capabilities. But again, he is going to deal slightly more damage, which could be good. Magneto is not a very offensively oriented tank, although he can deal a decent amount of burst damage when you combine his left-click, right-click, left-click combo. But that being said, the amount of shielding that he was previously able to do was a little bit too much compared to the rest of the tanks, so they're tuning that down a little bit. For Thor, we have removed the shared cooldown time after the Awakening Rune ends, which is the E ability on Thor. It's F for me. At least I'm pretty sure it's E for you guys. So the ability is the one where you start throwing the lightning bolts, right? You start chucking lightning bolts, and after that ended, it would trigger Thor's cooldowns on his abilities. When he presses something that consumes Thor Force, it would trigger it triggers like a 1.5 second cooldown. That will not happen anymore at the end of the Awakening Rune, which is really good because you're in the Awakening Rune for like 5 seconds before the cooldown actually activates, which feels really bad. Like, if anything, the cooldown should activate from the moment you press Awakening Rune so that you can use your abilities when it is over. However, as of yesterday, it was triggering the cooldown, so basically, after the Awakening Rune ends, you have like a second and a half where you can't press any abilities, which feels really bad. So, they're gonna take that away, which is great. Little bit more offensive capability there for Thor. For Venom, we're going to see an adjustment to the knockback effect of the Frenzied Arrival, which, just like Captain America, when he jumps up in the air, Venom can press the E ability, or F for me, and he can dive down onto the floor, right? So basically, that would knock enemies up into the sky. And while that was good, doing the adjustment to the... How do I say this? The adjustment to the knockback effect, which is actually a knock-up effect, is going to now pull them closer to Venom, which is great because Venom's right-click cellular corrosion, which is the thing that he attaches, like, it's like a, like the umbilical cord that he attaches to everybody who's around him. When he dives onto people, instead of them going up in the air and being less likely to be attached by the umbilical cord, he will now be more likely to attach it, and that will result in not only an increase to his damage, because less people will be able to escape, and it will also increase the amount of people that he can keep in his general vicinity, because the slow effect from the cellular corrosion is actually pretty decent. I want to say it's 30%, and it's actually pretty good. In addition to that, Venom is getting a reduction in his ultimate cost from 2,800 to 2,500. And if we go back up and we look at Captain America's again real quick, Cap goes down to 2,800 with this change. So Venom is going to be getting his ultimate even faster than Captain America, which means a good bit of additional survivability for Venom. Again, the Vanguards are seeing a little bit of a shakeup here, trying to take Magneto and Doctor Strange down off their pedestal a little bit and build up the other tanks very slightly, ever so slightly, to get them more in line with what they want the baseline Vanguard strength to be. So with that, let's move on to the duelist role. This is the DPS characters here. We've got changes to Black Widow. Increase the magazine capacity from 8 to 15. I don't know who asked for this, bro, but like, I have never had a problem with the amount of ammo in Black Widow's like gun, bro. Like, it literally has never come up. Not a single time have I ever been like, damn, you know what I really wish I had? 7 more shots in my sniper rifle. Like, it's nice and all, but is it so necessary that we needed the change? I mean, I don't really think so. However, that change is a compensatory buff for the nerf to her ultimate, which was previously slowing enemies by 80%. So you were moving at a 20% movement speed when you got hit with her plasma pulse, whatever it's called. Let me just see. What is it called? So that I'm not talking out my ass here. The ultimate ability is called Electroplasma Explosion, which is not ever what you hear it referred to as, but that's what it's called. So the ultimate for Black Widow shoots the plasma all over the ground, right? It was previously slowing you by 80%. It's now going to slow you by 55%. However, it will apply a 15% vulnerability effect to enemies hit for 4 seconds. And for those of you who don't understand what that means is that Black Widow will be able to one-shot any squishy to the head with the power of her sniper rifle if they get hit by her ultimate. And that's huge. That's actually massive for her, because it provides, not only does she still get the slow effect, which increases the viability of her kit overall, because a slowed target is easier to shoot in the head, but the 15% vulnerability effect means that she will be able to one-shot the squishies without the damage buff from either a Mantis or a Storm, or like a Rocket Raccoon with his ultimate there. So you're going to see a lot more Black Widows getting one-hit kills in their ultimate or slightly after their ultimate has been popped. So that's good. It's got, like, again, the magazine thing, who really cares? But the enhanced ultimate is pretty decent. Moving on to Hawkeye. It says we've got an increase of base health from 250 to 275, which I guess is cool. We're going to reduce the projectile damage of Blast Arrow from 20 to 15, but the spell field increase, the spell field damage will go up from 25 to 32. So basically what that means is the direct impact will hit a little bit less hard, while the spell field, the explosion damage, will hit a little bit harder. And this is literally a 2 damage change. However, because the explosion damage is going up, that means your AoE damage with the blast arrow is going to go up as well. I don't know who's out there using the blast arrow, but maybe someone will actually try it now, given the buff, you know? If you guys didn't know, Hawkeye has a secondary fire that nobody uses. It's like ice cream at McDonald's, bro. You see it like once a year. Someone will pop out and they'll have a vanilla cone, or like, you know, in this case, someone will pop out, they'll have a blast arrow equipped. Like, it just doesn't really happen, but you know, maybe now they will. They're also reducing the cooldown for his Crescent Slash, which is the thing that deflects strikes. It also knocks enemies back, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing about Crescent Slash is that it has like a perfect timing window, and if you don't hit it within that perfect timing window, you kind of just wasted the whole thing. So it's better used to knock somebody back than it is for anything else. That being said, you can deflect certain projectiles with it, and its cooldown is going from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Cool, right? Awesome. Increase the bow draw speed during the duration of Hunter's Sight, and raise the damage multiplier from 1.2 to 1.35. So basically what that means is Hawkeye's rapid fire in his ultimate is going to be a little bit better. So while you're shooting the after images, the little blue people that are triggered by people moving around, they leave a little silhouette of themselves. It's blue, you shoot it, right? And the way that you get the most value out of Hawkeye's ultimate is just to spam arrows as fast as you possibly can with no regard for your own safety, and try to shoot as many after images or people as you possibly can in that time frame. The damage multiplier on that is going up to 1.35, so a very slight damage boost. And in addition to that, you're going to be able to shoot arrows a little bit faster, which Hawkeye kind of sucks balls. So it's all right, I think, in my opinion, that they gave him this buff. That being said, he may be a menace to the flying characters in the game now. We're talking about our Human Torches, Storms, our Iron Mans up in the sky, right? And then our slow-falling characters like Hela and Namor as well are going to experience a little bit more times when they get taken out by Hawkeye, probably, with these changes. Speaking of Hela, the Asgardian goddess of death will cast a longer shadow with an increase to her mid to long range suppression. And what those fluffy words mean, basically, is that the damage reduction from her being extremely far away is going down slightly. So you're going to see, instead of a 70% damage reduction at 30 meters, you're going to see she's now going to deal 80% of her maximum damage at 30 meters plus, which means that basically Hellas that are shooting from Narnia are going to hit a little bit harder than they previously did before. So that's good. I mean, Hela didn't necessarily need a buff, but with the addition of another flying character, it's always good to have a Hela on your team, somebody that can take out the flying characters a little bit easier than your more ground-based melee characters. Moving on to Iron Fist, these are some of the biggest changes of the entire patch. Iron Fist getting a huge change. Let's go into it. They're reducing the damage of Jeet Kune Do's first, second, and fifth strikes from 32 to 30, while the third and fourth strikes will deal 15 damage instead of 16, and the sixth strike is also going down in damage to 50 damage. So essentially, that's going to be a nerf to his primary fire, like a slight nerf to his primary fire damage. Overall, you're going to see his combo has 6 total strikes, and they each are going to be slightly less powerful than they were before. The cooldown for Dragon's Defense, which is his parry, has been extended from 1 second to 1.5 seconds, and that's going to mean a little bit less. The cooldown reduction for Dragon's Defense has been extended from 1 second to 1.5 seconds, which means you're going to see a slight increase to the cooldown reduction that he gets when he does his parry move. And the parry can basically block anything, and that's what triggers the I swing my hand super fast move that kills everybody in quick play and in your ranked games where you have a really cracked Iron Fist. So basically, it's called Yat Ji Chung Quen, is going to... it's going to go down slightly in damage. However, each strike delivers an extra hit, which is equivalent to 1.7% of the opponent's maximum health. So while you're going to see an overall decrease to the actual power of the hit itself, the secondary hit that deals 1.7% of your maximum health is actually going to not only compensate for that, but also raise the power of his fast punches, his flurry of blows, essentially, against tanks and high health targets. So Iron Fist is going from a striker that primarily focuses on your backline to a striker that not only can deal with your backline, although a little bit less effectively than he did in the Season 1 patch, he's going to be more effective against tanks now. So kind of like a mini Wolverine, if you can think of it that way. And he does hit very, very fast, which means that 1.7% of the maximum health will add up very quickly. I predict we're going to be seeing a lot of Iron Fist in this patch. Again, his tank busting abilities are going up significantly. So his ability to fight in melee, no matter who he's fighting, is going to be more effective now than it's ever been, even though his damage is going to be slightly less. He's going to be getting an increase to the maximum health granted by Harmony Recovery, which is his heal. It's going to go from 50 health to 150 health, and it's now going to deplete at a rate of 25 health per second. So the additional health that he will get from that will deplete a little bit slower. He gets more health overall as well, so he's going to be a little bit tankier than he was before. He's getting an increase to the maximum bonus health converted from damage blocked during Dragon's Defense from 150 to 200. So if you're shooting him in his block, you are now further punished for shooting him in the block, and his base health is also going up from 250 to 300. And I think that this is massive buffs for Iron Fist overall. The character was pretty low in the meta. I think I rated him in C tier or at the top of B tier. Or when I say the top, I mean the bottom, actually. I think I rated him at the bottom of B tier. when I did our Season 1 tier list, I predict he will be very close to the top of B tier, if not the bottom of A tier after these changes. Again, more survivable, more bonus health, more punishment for shooting him in his guard, and more ability to bust tanks with a decrease to his base damage overall. So, a lot of Iron Fist coming your way. Be careful. This guy's going to be a menace in this patch as we move into Season 1.5 and get closer to Season 2. For Iron Man, we are increasing the base damage of his Unibeam from 120 damage per second to 140 damage per second, and while he's in his overdrive, his armor overdrive ability, which is his long cooldown, it's R for me, I don't know what it is for you guys, but it's when he grows the things on his back, right? And then he uses his right click. The beam is going to now deal 190 damage per second, up from 180 damage per second. So a nice little buff there to Iron Man's base kit. However, he's getting a nerf to his team up with Hulk, which I just want to talk about very quickly, and we'll cover it again as we go into the team up abilities and the balance behind that. The team up Gamma Overdrive from Hulk, which again is when he's using his armor overdrive ability and he fires out the beam. It's like the green beam. It used to be 220 damage per second. That is being nerfed down to 200 damage per second. So still an upgrade from his initial armor overdrive ability, Unibeam, where it used to be 180, and then with the team up, it was 220 damage per second. It's now going to be a base 190, and with the team up, it's going to be 200 damage per second. And because of that, you're going to see like an increase to Iron Man's ability to play without Hulk around. However, he will be slightly less oppressive when there is a Hulk on their team. So, a good balance there. Again, like more of a balance than it is a buff or a nerf. Little bit of a nerf, little bit of a buff, but like the base Iron Man character is going to be better than he's ever been. So, good on him for that one. We got a balance change here to Magic. She's getting a decrease to her demon damage, which previously hit for 80 damage per second. I believe it was one hit every quarter second, so you were looking at 20 damage per second, going down to 72 damage per second, which means each initial hit from the demon will be, if I'm not wrong, 18 damage per hit, so 72 total damage per second. A little tiny decrease to her ability to damage people with the demon. That being said, the Darkchild ultimate is going down from 3,700 cost to 3,400 cost, so you'll see Darkchild a little bit more frequently. And I think as far as roaming ultimates go, which are like, I press the button, and now I am like a better version of myself. I get to play as the Thing. It's not a one-off like Iron Man's Maximum Pulse or like Namor's Whale, right? Like it's like a I press the button and I get to run around and be good, right? So Darkchild is a roaming ultimate. I think as far as roaming ultimates go, she's definitely one of the more balanced of all of them. She can die very easily if she's not paying attention to her positioning, and if she gets herself into a spot where she could potentially take a lot of damage. Darkchild just melts, dude, when she is getting targeted. So to get it a little bit more frequently, I think is a good change overall. Moving down to Mr. Fantastic, we're going to see an increase to the spell field radius after landing flexible elongation from 2.5 meters to 5 meters. So double the spell field radius for landing flexible elongation. And it will now feature a knockback effect, launching enemies outward with the area upon landing. So basically when he stretches out his arms, he puts them over your shoulder, then he pulls himself to you, and he like, excuse me, had to burp. He flexes out his arms, puts them over your shoulders, pulls himself to you, and then pushes out his chest like this, right? And his chest gets all crazy, makes a funny sound. That will knock you back, and the radius of that will actually be 5 meters, so a little bit farther away than it previously was. It's going to launch you outward, and the recharge time for a single use is adjusted from 8 to 10 seconds to compensate for the new power. So just a slight difference in how often he can actually use it. And they're also going to be increasing the damage of his ultimate from 50 to 70, and increasing the cost from 2,800 to 3,400. So you're going to see a new You're going to see a new timing for his ultimate. He's going to get it a lot less frequently than he previously did, which is a little bit crazy in my opinion, because the ultimate was like the shittiest ultimate in maybe the entire game. Like one of the worst ultimates ever, right? That being said, with a damage increase of 20 from, it's 70 now from the 50 that it was. 20 is actually a very significant increase to the overall damage. It's like a 30 to 35% increase in damage. So potentially, you might see a lot more kills with the ultimate itself. Additionally, they're going to be adding a new damage decay mechanism for when it's introduced. The spell field damage will begin to decrease at 3 meters and reach a maximum reduction of 50 at 10 meters. So it's going to hit up to 10 meters away from where he actually landed. So a little shockwave coming out from Mr. Fantastic when he does his boing on the ground, right? Like he yells fantastic, and then he turns into a giant whoopee cushion, right? And he slams himself into the ground over and over again. He looks stupid as hell, and it basically did nothing before. It's now going to deal a little bit more damage, with the damage that it previously dealt being hitting up to 10 meters. So a little bit of a change to Mr. Fantastic there. Again, not much of a buff, not much of a nerf, just a balance adjustment, and hopefully we'll see more kills out of his ultimate because of that. For Moon Knight, we've got changes to the Hand of Khonshu ultimate. It's going to be basically dealing more damage for each individual hit. However, the hands will come down in a way that you'll be far less likely to be hit by 2 hands at the same time, which is like the double damage problem that we were having with the Moon Knight ultimate in season 1, where everybody thought, oh, this must be bugged, it's dealing double damage. In reality, what was happening is you were getting hit with 2 hands very quickly. However, now they've corrected the damage trigger, and to compensate for that, have increased the damage to double what it was before. So if you get hit by those hands, you're still going to get absolutely chunked down in your hit points. 150 is a significant amount of any character's hit points, but is most of your hit points if you're a squishy character. So getting hit by 2 of the hands is enough to just straight up kill you. However, now you won't be wondering whether or not you got killed by a bug or whether or not you got killed by the actual ultimate itself. Let's see here. Nick says 20 more damage. I know 20 more damage doesn't sound like a lot. However, when you think about it, because it only dealt 50 damage before, 20 more damage actually does, like, really increase the amount of damage that it actually dealt, you know? And with it still dealing the same amount of damage as it dealt before, but up to 10 meters now, you're going to see more people get tagged by it, which means more bounces from Mr. Fantastic, because he needs to hit somebody to be able to trigger a bounce for the 4th and 5th time that he slams down. So those final 2 bounces will happen more often than they did before, and will happen at a larger radius than they did before. So, maybe it'll be good. We're going to have to wait and see. Scarlet Witch is getting a small boost to her survivability in the ultimate, rather than decrease the time that the ultimate actually activates, which was a lot of people's suggestions, myself included. They decided to give her 100 bonus health after activating the ultimate instead. Which, do I think that will be enough to keep Scarlet Witch alive in her ult? 90% of the time, I'd say no. I don't think that 10 or 100 additional health even is enough to be able to stop us from just killing her. I think that Scarlet Witch in her ultimate gets targeted immediately. As soon as we hear the word pure, we are all looking at her and shooting her in her face to make sure that we don't die. Is 100 bonus health going to make the difference there? Probably not. But every now and then, it might. Every now and then, for people with a slower reaction speed, maybe she positions herself in a certain way that makes it harder to hit her in the initial second of her ultimate. You might see a few more Scarlet Witch ultimates actually coming to fruition, and maybe even getting a kill or 2. It doesn't happen often, but you might. Let's see here. Nick says, it was meant to read like 20 more damage, and in Mr. Fantastic's voice, aha, ha ha, ha ha. Ho ho! Yeah, dude, I know. Yeah, that is hilarious. It's a pretty significant increase. I think so. I think it will be, and I think that Mr. Fantastic is going to be part of the meta just based on the team-up abilities with Sue Storm, and the Fantastic Four will be in the meta for at least from now until Season 2 releases. So, like, the next 6 weeks, we'll be seeing a lot of them. There'll be a lot of 4s on our team, For Spider-Man, we're slightly reducing the web cluster cooldown to increase his offense. So the web cluster is his right click, which allows you to put the spider tracer onto people, and that's getting a reduction in the charge time from 3 seconds down to 2.5 seconds. So he's going to be able to shoot his alternate fire a little bit more often. For Star-Lord, we are seeing an increase to his maneuverability. His mobility is going up significantly by about 50%. He's going to get about 50% more time in his rocket boots, which is kind of crazy because I already felt like it was pretty generous with the amount of time that you were able to boost. That being said, you know, I will never complain about a buff to Star-Lord. I think that he is a really good character. I think he's pretty well balanced. I think his ultimate is good. His neutral game is really good. And this just makes his neutral game even better. So big W's for Star-Lord and for Star-Lord mains out there. For Storm, we've got some tuning adjustments here, which are on a downward trend, essentially. So the damage fall off for Windblade at 30 meters is going from 70% of the damage that it would normally deal down to 60% of the damage that it would normally deal. Not too much, but enough to change certain breakpoints with certain characters. You're going to see more people surviving through one extra Windblade, and that is going to be significant. Storm has been at the top of the meta since Season 1's release, so I'm not surprised at all to see a reduction to her primary fire damage. They're also reducing her damage buff while using her weather control from 16% to 12%, but the increase for allies is going from 8% to 10%. So when she's using her lightning aura, she herself is going to deal less damage, but her allies are going to deal slightly more. And again, this is just tuning the numbers around Storm so that while she's still very good, she's not as overtly powerful herself, right? So that's going to give everybody a little bit of breathing room. That's going to let everybody just play the game a little bit more while Storm is around. And in addition to that, her allies are going to see an increase to their damage. While being very, very slight, you may experience 1 or 2 additional kills that you wouldn't otherwise have gotten because of the 2% damage increase. Again, it just depends, but we're reducing Storm's damage overall and increasing the effectiveness for her allies, which is always good. We're also reducing her damage increase from the enhanced version of her lightning aura from 30% to 25%. Again, reducing Storm's effectiveness on her own, increasing the damage effectiveness of her allies. Still a really good character. And even better when you consider her team up with the Human Torch, which is turning her tornado into a massive fire tornado and adding a lot of additional time onto the duration of her tornado effect. I used it for the first time earlier. I was playing Human Torch. I had a teammate that was using Storm. And I'm just going to say, holy shit, bro. Holy shit, this thing is crazy, dude. Like, Storm's tornado is enormous when it catches on fire. And it lasts, I want to say it's 5 seconds longer. We wiped the team. I'm just gonna put that out there. We team wiped their squad when we comboed those 2 ultimates. But to be able to utilize that, you have to commit 2 DPS ultimates to it. So in reality, I guess it probably should be a team wipe, you know? That being said, watching her go crazy with the fire tornado, it was sick, dude. It was super sick, man. It was very cool. Moving on into the strategist role, we've got some big buffs for Adam Warlock coming in. Adam's damage capability will be enhanced, along with a slight increase in healing after activating Soul Bond. So you're going to see an increase to his primary fire, the quantum magic going from 55 to 60 damage. Excuse me. And the damage fall off at 40 meters, which is the maximum fall off damage. So basically, when you were at 40 meters before, you were dealing half damage on your primary fire. You're now going to be dealing 60% damage on your primary fire, which means that Adam Warlock is going to be stronger now than he's ever been, more capable at taking out the flying characters in the game as well. Again, this is another one of those heroes that are going to be very good against the Human Torch, very good against Storm and Iron Man. So you're also going to be seeing an increase in the healing amount provided by Soul Bond from 10 per second to 15 per second, which is going to just make it a little bit easier to survive when you do hit that Soul Bond ability, and that healing over time does make a big difference. With Cloak and Dagger, we're going to be seeing a... let's just read it real quick, because there's big changes here to Cloak and Dagger. Survivability and healing ability during the activation of their ultimate will be increased, while the frequency, duration, and intensity of the ultimate is reduced. Additionally, Tyrone's threat level will be enhanced. So, let's talk about it. The increase to the energy of her ultimate has gone from 3,400 to 4,000. What that means is she will be getting ultimate less frequently than she ever has before. That being said, it's still the fastest charging ult in terms of the amount of energy that it requires to be active and be able to use, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. However, 4,000 from 3,400 is a massive nerf in the amount of time that you're going to have with this ultimate coming online. The healing amount of each segment is increased from 220 to 250 healing per second, which sounds great until you find out that the duration is reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, and the healing effect will no longer stack. So when overlapping, only one healing effect is applied, which encourages you to spread out the damage and healing field of your Eternal Bond ultimate as much as you possibly can. Now, the time between pauses when using the ultimate has been decreased by 33%. So when you use the ultimate, you dash, you pause, you dash, you pause, you dash, you pause, you dash, you pause, right? Now, you dash, you pause, you dash, you pause, you dash, you pause, you dash. It's very, very quick. I was using it earlier, and I'm telling you, you will see a vastly different experience when facing against a Magneto. Using your ultimate versus a Magneto ult in Season 1 was basically a death sentence. You were asking to be killed with Magneto's big meatball, right? Like, you hit your ultimate, and then you dash, and then Magneto goes, "Fear, Magneto!" And he summons the big Cloudy with a chance of meatballs right up in the sky, and then as soon as you pause for a second, Magneto goes, "Hoo!" and he throws that shit, and you blow the fuck up, right? That probably won't happen anymore. It is that fast. It is super duper fast, and the camera control during the ultimate has been unlocked to allow you to reposition a little bit faster, and that will allow you to spread the ultimate around, and that is necessary for the time that you have in between dashes. Where it was previously locked in the direction that you were facing, and then you could spin your camera, you don't have time to do that shit now. You need to be looking in the direction you want to go next as soon as you stop dashing, because it will send you wherever you are looking before you have a chance to react. I want to say human reaction speed is like 50 ms or something like that. It's so close to the amount of time that it takes for the pause that you have almost no time to react if you were not already positioning your camera to the place that it needed to go. So, a big change to the ultimate here. Less frequency. You can no longer stack the healing. However, the healing did go up, and the duration has been reduced by 20%. So that's a big change. But the damage cape, the terror cape, when you go into cloak form, you send out the darkness wall, right? And it hits people, it makes them vulnerable, is going up from 20% damage to 28% damage, and that's huge. The amount of breakpoint changes that are going to happen because of the terror cape are going to be massive. The additional 8% damage that you inflict on people, that's enough to allow a lot of people to die to the terror cape during the vulnerability period. And I think you're going to be I thought we were going to see a lot less Cloak and Dagger in the meta moving into Season 1.5. Looking at these changes, I would not expect to see a decrease to her plague time at all. The only thing that will influence that is the Invisible Woman, which we'll talk about in a second, and her team-ups with the Fantastic Four overall are very good, and because of that, we'll be seeing her a lot in the meta. But I would say the two main support in this meta moving forward are going to be Cloak and Dagger and Invisible Woman, and then probably Rocket Raccoon, and the rest of them to a much lesser extent after that, right? So we've got, like, Cloak and Dagger and Sue Storm, like, neck and neck right at the top. Beneath that, you're going to see Rocket because of his ability to rapidly reposition and his survivability with keeping himself alive when a bunch of things are attacking him. You know, you've got the dash, you've got the wall run, you've got the slow fall, etc., etc. There's a ton that makes him hard to kill, plus the fact that his hitbox is the size of a thumb. He's super small, and so you're going to see him, those three, top of the meta, in my opinion, at this point. The rest of them are going to fall down a small amount in terms of their playtime. Moving on to the Invisible Woman, we're seeing her ultimate ability nerfed in terms of the charge time from 4,000 to 4,300. So now you're seeing the Cloak and Dagger nerf took her to 4,000. So she's now going to generate her ultimate as fast as the Invisible Woman did before. The Invisible Woman now losing a little bit of that charge time in her ult. Very slight change, but significant nonetheless. You know what I mean? So not quite 10% less, but I would say probably like 8% or like 7% less often you'll see her ultimate come up. Still a nerf. A nerf is a nerf, right? For Loki, we're seeing his ultimate nerfed pretty heavily from 3,400 charge time up to 4,000 charge time, which is the same as the Cloak and Dagger ult. So you're gonna be seeing Loki used a fair amount, and his increase to his primary fire ammo is going from 10 to 12. That is to balance out the change in his ultimate cost. The change in his ultimate cost is actually very significant. From 3,400 to 4,000 is an enormous nerf. So that you're looking at like a 20% less often Loki ultimate coming online. That being said, he made the triple support meta pretty oppressive, so I'm not surprised to see these changes at all. Again, neck and neck with Cloak and Dagger in terms of how quickly he can generate the ult. For Luna Snow, we have an increase to her ultimate charge time from 4,000 to 4,500. So the most powerful support ultimate now has the longest charge time, which I believe it probably did before anyway, but now every support's ultimate is going to be coming up a little bit less often, with the exception of Mantis, who in my opinion was the most balanced team support ultimate in the past anyway. She's getting no changes, so you're going to see it up the same amount of time. You're going to see its potency be exactly the same. Mantis, 0 changes to her. Moving into the team up abilities, we have the Atlas Bond, which is the team up ability with the Iron Fist and Luna Snow. Literally not really something that you ever think about, because Iron Fist was never really meta before, but every now and then you'd have an Iron Fist and a Luna Snow on the team, and Iron Fist gives her an additional heal ability, and the healing of the Frozen Chi ability is going up from 50%, from 50 even, to 25. Wow. Okay, so I'm just going to start that whole thing over. So, the healing from Frozen Chi is going up from 50 to 75, so a 50% increase in the healing that it deals overall, and the slow effect is going from 20% to 30%, so just a large buff for this team up with Luna Snow and Iron Fist. Will you want to run a Luna Snow as compared to some of the other support ultimates? Well, that's gonna, time will tell on that one, but with Iron Fist moving to the top of the meta, if you do decide to have your ultimate up a little bit less frequently and then utilize Luna Snow as your one of your 2 supports that you have in your game, you are going to be seeing an increase to her ability to use her team up with Iron Fist. So that's good. I think it's a good buff overall. Again, nobody really uses this, so to see it get buffed is nice. You like to see things that are infrequently used getting a little bit of a balance so that they're used more often. For the team up with Magic, Black Panther, and Psylocke, you're seeing a reduced rewind time for the Psionic Disc, which is the team up ability. Essentially, they would use it, they would teleport back in time to the place that they were, and it would give them bonus health based on the number of hit points they had when they used the ability. That is going to be decreased in how quickly it activates. So the whole thing will happen faster, from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and the conversion of blue armor, which is like how much additional health you got based on where your hit points were, is going up pretty significantly as well, from 0.5 to 0.8. So you're going to see a large increase in the amount of bonus health that you get from this ability compared to how it used to be. And then the rewind time for Black Panther is going again from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and the same change to the increase to bonus health, 0.5 to 0.8. So both Psylocke and Black Panther are eating good with this change. This is the Iron Man change we talked about earlier. Gamma charged with the Gamma Overdrive ability. 220 damage per second previously, going down to 200 damage per second. Again, we're making Iron Man a little bit more powerful in his base form, a little bit less powerful with his Hulk team up, and I think that's good overall. I don't think Iron Man needed too much of a change. However, the bonus team up with Hulk being the anchor of it is going to reduce his bonus health from 150 to 100. So a slight nerf to Hulk, but only with the team up to Iron Man, which is like arguably the most powerful team up in the game prior to this Season 1.5 patch. So I'm not surprised to see a little bit of a tuning to it. We have the Lunar Force combo, which is the team up with Cloak and Dagger and Moon Knight, where previously it would drop the invisibility globe on the ground, and Moon Knight would be able to stand in it and be like, haha, you don't know where I am, except you probably do, because I'm standing inside of this globe and stuff is coming out of it, right? Like the Moon Knight projectile is coming out of it, but you definitely don't know I'm here, you guys. It's been changed. So basically inside of that, Moon Knight will be able to heal himself for 25 health per second while inside of the area of effect, which is arguably better than the invisibility effect that it previously gave. Now, it doesn't say anything about that, so as far as I know, you're still going to get the invisibility while you stand inside of the globe. That being said, you're now going to also heal over time, which gives Moon Knight a little bit of a fleshed out kit there. Allows him to heal himself in what is very likely a high ground position where the Moon Knight is hanging out, and that will keep him alive, allow him to not have to beg for heals, not have to leave his high ground power position to go find a health pack. He'll just be able to heal himself every now and then, right? And the team up lasts for a good duration, so you can imagine he will be getting a good amount of full heals from this ability. It's looking pretty good, though. I think that's a decent buff. This ability kind of sucked balls prior to this, so I'm glad to see them change it for the better. And then finally, we have the Symbiote Bond, which is the Venom Anchor, Penny Parker, and Spider-Man team up, where they get to press a button, and then they shoot the symbiote spikes all out from their body, right? Dealt a pretty good amount of burst damage. It helped with the one-shot combo for Spider-Man, where he could hit you with his spider tracers, pull himself in, do the uppercut, and then press the symbiote ability, and the symbiote ability would finish you off if you were a squishy target. They're now going to be reducing the duration of this from 4 seconds to 1 second, which means that it will have to be impressively used to get like some real value out of it. However, it used to give you a 50% damage reduction. It's now going to give you full invincibility during that time. And what that means is that rather than saving you from dying to certain high burst damage abilities, you're now going to be able to use it to completely make yourself immune to certain burst damage abilities. So we're talking about the Whale from Namor, the Maximum Pulse, to the like Psylocke Ultimate, like anything that deals large burst damage to you, you're now going to have iframes to be able to keep yourself alive. However, the duration of it is being reduced significantly. So, from 4 seconds to 1 second for Spider-Man, and again, you can still use this as part of your combo to one-hit people. You just won't be in it as long afterwards. So you're going to have to land those initial hits. Again, the Spider Tracer, the pull-in, the uppercut, then you press it, right? And normally that would be the thing that finished it off. However, you used to be able to land and continue to deal damage to people that were around you before you were, swinging off into the sunset and trying to reposition for another dive. Now you're going to only have that initial burst, that big burst of damage. You're going to be immune to damage during that time, so no more getting killed through your symbiote bond, but you're going to have to be a little bit smarter with how you use it because of the reduction in duration. With Penny Parker, we've got the same reduction in duration. However, the reduction goes down to only 2 seconds. So they're reducing it from 4 to 2 seconds, so a 50% cut down to, from a 75% cut to the duration of Spider-Man's version. So you're going to have just a little bit more time with Penny Parker to be able to make yourself immune to damage. And as well, it does deal a decent amount of damage itself, so you can still use that as part of your damage rotation and potentially snag a cheeky one-hit or, a cheeky combo to essentially one-hit somebody. And that's going to be your patch notes for Season 1.5. The hero balance changes here. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube from the replay, don't forget that we are streaming every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, both on Twitch and on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube at Dude No Way Live and on Twitch at Dude No Way Gaming. Come hang out with us. I'll be here every Monday through Friday. And then, so I'm going to be cutting this into a video, so for later, when I do that, I'll be able to add that little disclaimer at the end, and we're good to go. That's your patch notes. Let's go ahead back over to the in-game screen here, and I think that this is going to be a really fun season, dude. I think overall, we're going to have a lot to look forward to. Meta shift with the triple support meta, probably going down to a double support meta now with the speed that ultimates are charging. You're going to see more value out of your DPS ultimates than you ever have before, because the DPS ults are going to be able to be utilized without having to worry about being immediately countered by a support ultimate that it charges faster than your damage ult. So they were just sitting there waiting for their chance to take away all of your value, right? So there's a lot to unpack, but no matter what character you're playing, I think there's also a lot to look forward to. And with that, I would like to dive into a game. I would like to try and play Human Torch as much as humanly possible. I really have been enjoying this character. The new abilities that he has are really cool. He's got a primary fire, which deals a, like a burst of 7... Is it 7? I think it's 12, actually, of 12 pellets, and they deal a good amount of damage, 7 damage per pellet with the ability to crit, so I want to say that's up to 84 damage with a single hit, and if you crit, you know, up to 168 damage with a single hit, that would have to be, you know, they are point blank to you, and you are unleashing fire into their face. That being said, you know, you're still going to get a large amount of power from this. He can fly fast. He can drop a... He can drop fire fields on the ground, which leave a burning patch, and then you can connect them to make a little prison, which damages over time for anybody who is inside of the diameter, I guess. It's not really technically a diameter, right? Because you do it with a triangle or a square, but you know what I mean. Inside of the fired out portion, I'll just show you real quick on this video. You know, you make them all connect. A little bit difficult to see there. I'm gonna pause it so that you can see it a little bit better when the screen grays out. It's a little easier to see. You can drop the fire fields, then connect them with a line of fire. The line of fire deals one-off damage if they happen to walk through it. Anybody who is inside takes damage over time as well. And then with the team-up ability, you're gonna see Storm's tornado being lit on fire. And this consumes both of the Human Torch's ultimate as well as the Storm's ultimate, but holy shit is it devastating, man. It really kicks ass and deals a ton of work. It can even kill through some of the support ultimates in the game when you combo the fire tornadoes from the ultimate of Human Torch with the actual fire tornado of the Storm ult. You're gonna see a lot of Luna Snows being killed in their ultimates, a lot of invisible women being killed in their ultimates. It's really good. He's also got the same team up that Mr. Fantastic has with the invisible woman there to give him bonus health every, like, 20 seconds or so. He can press C and take advantage of that. I'm going to try and play Human Torch as much as possible because I do want this character to be my main as we move through Season 1.5. I've played a lot of the other characters in the game, so I was super excited for this character to come out. He also hits with my power fantasy, fire being my favorite element, as well as the Human Torch just in general being a favorite of mine in terms of characters in the Marvel Universe. So let's go ahead, let's dive into the first game and see if we can't get our game on. We're gonna game on with the flame on, if you know what I'm saying. Unless I get kicked out and I can't actually select the character, at which point I will try to fill for the team, but in general, I'm gonna be trying to play Cloak and Dagger so that we can get a better handle on their changes. Let's see, can I lock in? No, so I'm gonna lock in on Cloak and Dagger instead, and then I'm going to try to keep the team alive while I work towards Lord on Cloak and Dagger here. The changes to them are significant, however, I think that they're still a very balanced character overall. Sad that we weren't able to get the Human Torch, but the faster computer wins in this scenario. I've also been noticing a fair bit of like lag. I don't want to say like it's like a hard lag, like you experience multiple seconds of it, but when the game really gets crazy, every few seconds, I get like every 10 to 15 seconds, I get like a spike where it like pauses for a second and then it catches back up. And I tried to fix that with a couple of suggestions online prior to the show, but I haven't quite worked out all of the kinks yet. That'll be something that we work on over the weekend, try and figure out a good fix there. I'm going to take apart my computer as well, try and lay down some new thermal paste on the processor, clean out the fuzz on the graphics card, etc., etc. Going to take a sip of my coffee before this game starts.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Goddamn, that's delicious. All right, let's get it. Obviously, we're going to be seeing Human Torch and the Thing in basically every single game for the foreseeable future. Just because of them being new, just based solely on them being new, we're going to be seeing a bunch of them. And there goes that lag spike that I was just talking about. It's going to be harder for you guys to see it there on the replay here, but I'm just going to ping the Hulk. I'm going to ping the Hulk and see if we can get somebody to come back here. We need them to come back to cart, please. we need them to get back over here so that I do not get killed by the Hulk in his rampage moving forward here. I need to get the cart back to us. Hopefully we have a support who is over there. I am the only support in this game. So it's going to be important that I stay with the team. Again, I'm experiencing a lot of that lag right now. Every like 10 to 15 seconds, there's like a full 1 second of me lagging, which feels terrible. Try and keep this Human Torch alive despite himself, and unfortunately I just can't. I'm doing everything I can, and I hope they know that. Going to drop the Terror Cape out on the Hulk here. Now going to use this to get up and out of the way. Put this right here because I am getting close to my ult, and this is going to be the death of me. We need somebody else to play support, as well as just, like, not just me. But it looks like the support on the enemy team is only 1 cloak and dagger as well, so maybe we don't need that. But they have 2 tanks, which could be the difference maker. I'm gonna tag the team up, you know, the group up button. Hit that a little bit and hopefully save my team from the stupid shit that they're about to go do. With the Human Torch getting absolutely pummeled to death, it's gonna be very difficult for me to stay alive. Again, a lot of lag here coming in. I'm gonna try and work with it as much as I can. With the Supernova coming out, here comes the Cloak and Dagger ult here. Just like I talked about before, you're seeing an enormous amount of audio spam, as well as an enormous amount of free damage out on the enemy team there. It's very hard for me to think when the sound is going this crazy in my ear here. That's it. That's me going down. Just need to get back together, and hopefully we don't die. The Thing does not see that his entire team is dead. He's still trying to fight it out, and now he's gonna die. Went ahead and used his ultimate while he had no health and also had no support alive. Classic tank player. And now, right now, he's wondering where his heals are. They were dead, my guy. They were dead while you were up there having a fight with nobody. He was up there trying to fight the entire team, dude. Only so much I can do to save him. Tried to hit that Hulk with the Terror Cape, but I wasn't able to. Yo, the Terror Cake sounds like a way funnier ability. I'm just gonna tag Hulk here while we do get the checkpoint. Let's go ahead and try and keep our team alive while they engage from a bunch of different angles. Again, the Thing and the Human Torch out here doing their thing. Putting out the big damage that they want to be putting out, which is great and all. However, getting too deep inside of the enemy backline and making it difficult for me to stay alive. With the Mr. Fantastic ultimate going off here, I'm just going to reposition using my Disappear to get up into the sky. My phase shift ability to get up into the sky there. Waiting for our Thing to come back. And we do see the Human Torch up in the sky trying to damage up on us. We're just going to throw this down for myself. Going to put the Terror Cloak down on the Hulk here. Going to get up and out of the way so that I can continue healing my squad. And then as soon as the Hulk jumps up to me, I'm just going to jump back down. I am getting clobbered by Clobber in time. We're just going to go ahead and use Cloak and Dagger's ult here. Try and keep my team up. And hopefully that does it. Hopefully that's enough to get them moving forward. Again, the ultimate is gone very quickly compared to how it used to be. Want to try and save our magic as much as I can while she goes in with her Darkchild ultimate here. But I can't hit her while she's down and around the corner. I'm just going to chuck that her way. Hope she sees it. Unfortunately, she does not. And that's going to be that. Again, I'm doing my best to keep everybody alive. Throwing the heals out to our Hela while she is pushing the cart forward. I'm going to chuck a little bit of healing out towards the Thing there. And any healing is good healing for him because he's so far away, engaging with somebody all the way out in the distance there. Put some big healing out for our Spider-Man. I'm going to just keep moving the cart forward here, trying to have somebody on it at all times so that we can round this corner a little bit faster. I'm going to hit the group up button because I can't see you that deep, Thing. If I leave here, then I leave the cart alone. And that is not great. We want to always have at least one person on the cart to be able to move it quickly. Again, just trying to trying to stay up with the squad here. I do not have an ultimate to be able to save us from this. This is going to be the death of me if I'm not very careful. So I'm just going to try and be as careful as humanly possible. Again, trying to keep myself alive. Got my healing over time field down. The Hulk smash coming out here. It's going to be the death of me. It is what it is. Been healing as much as humanly possible. Already 12,500 healing in this game. I'm just going to tap the gather to me button so that hopefully they see that I need them. We got the cart is taken over by the enemy team. Try and get some heals in on this Spider-Man here. We're going to put that right there to give him some more healing. Stand in the healing over time if you did not. Going to be pretty important that they understand how this shit works. Throw out the darkness cape there, but the Mr. Fantastic died before I had a chance to actually hit him with it. Which is, you know, is fine with me, dude. We are going to see the Cloak and Dagger ultimate come out here. And there it is. As soon as I say it, the ultimate comes out. This is great for me, though. Because that means that... oh, man, I'm so glad that I died when I did. So glad that I died when I did. Because I was literally about to press that button. I was about to hit ult. And that would have gotten me killed and wasted my ultimate there. Trying to get some heals into our Spider-Man here. Trying to get some damage into the enemy team. And we're pushing forward, we're pushing forward. We're pushing forward as hard as we can. As hard as humanly possible. We're now going to put this here. 2, 3, 4. It's going to ward off the point there from any people who may want to jump on it in the time when we need to be here. And there we go. I was able to immunity ability their pure chaos. And we've got the enemy team is now on it. And they're on it pretty effectively, which is not great for us, but we're doing our best to fight them off right now. We've got some heavy melee damage coming in here. Gonna throw this down for myself. Try and get over to my team to generate some additional healing for myself here. And we are stunned in the thing ultimate. This is the moment I go down, but we do end up snagging the W. Feels good, man, feels good. Hey Moon, wanting a party? I would be happy to party up with you, but I am trying to play the thing, or excuse me, I'm trying to play the Human Torch here, so I would love to party up with you, Snark, if you want to party. That being said, any chance that I get to lock in on Torch, I'm going to. I know you wanted to play him as well, so you let me know if that's something that interests you. Looking at our healing numbers, compared to the single healer on the enemy team, we dealt about 5,000 more healing than they did. So as far as Cloak and Dagger's healing numbers go, we're looking at something very similar to how it used to be. We would be battling Lamau maybe later on. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, whatever you want to do, bro. I'm happy to go with you, but like I said, I'm trying to lock in on Human Torch as much as I can. So if you're trying to also do the same thing, might be better if we don't. With the changes to her ultimate, you're definitely seeing the speed when you go from dash to dash is so much faster now than it was before. And the additional healing from the ult, I'm not seeing a massive change in how much it actually heals, although you were able to stack it up before. I think that this is a better ultimate overall because you're less likely to be able to be killed. I just don't want to ruin your chances. I understand, man. I understand. How are you liking the characters so far, Snark? I think Human Torch has been pretty fun. I got to play him for 2 of my, I don't know, 6 games that I've played today. So not many, but a few. Not many, but a few. And that's going to be me fumbling my ability to play him because I didn't... Oh my god, I got it. No way, dude. Haven't taken him into a match yet. He's weird for sure. Yeah, dude. So in terms of the flying characters, the Human Torch has less burst damage, but more less burst damage, but more damage over time than a lot of the other characters. Somebody says, please switch off Groot. Top 500 Thor. What does that mean?
I talk a lot, I fly a lot, I win a lot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, we definitely don't need a Thor. Excuse me, we definitely don't need a Groot in addition to the last. The Thing and Thor should be fine. Groot and the Thing. Any combination of 2 tanks would be fine. We need a 3rd healer. Would be nice to see a 3rd, 2nd healer. 2nd healer, I mean. And not a 3rd tank.
All you need to do is capture the
But I'm not going to argue.
Got it?
He just feels confused as to his role. Crazy close range burst with no survivability. Good zone control, but not quite enough to damage to make him nuts at it. It's the combo with the ult.
Agreed. He was the last person.
I mean, if they want to complain about not having a 2nd healer, but not swap on their own, and then tell me to swap to healer, that's totally fine. But you know, they just need to understand that they're gonna do bad. You know.
That's what I thought.
We're just gonna ignite those. I'm gonna swing through and steal the health pack if possible, because we don't want Groot to be able to deal a ton of damage on our team with his new wall placement. Just chucking these down here, forcing them to stand in it, and then dealing that big burst damage to them. We're just gonna line them up. Take this damage, Groot. Let me burn you. There we go. I was able to kill their Thing there. With the Human Torch fighting me up in the sky, I'm just gonna take the duel to him. We're gonna ignite these. Unfortunately, that used my cooldown there. I'm gonna try to dive onto this Mantis. Gonna toss that, toss this, toss that. The Mantis not allowing me to dive on her, and she is rapidly retreating there. Probably smart on her part, honestly. Time for me to back out a little. Back out just slightly.
Can't see over there.
This, I see. So our healer couldn't see me, or they couldn't see the, Thing. Actually, they're all the way back on the point. We do have 2 healers. All right, great.
Okay, how about we try
Great.
this again?
His team up is ridiculous. With Storm, yeah, dude, it's so good. It's so good. The team up with, Sue Storm with the Invisible Woman is also very good, which is good. You know, it does give a lot of survivability, allows you to dive a little bit. I'm just gonna try and link these up a little here. I don't need to lock them in as much as I just need to put in some damage over time. We're gonna put those there, we're gonna put one there, we're gonna put one here, lock them. Got the co-op time coming out here. Got the disappear coming out here. Just putting these down around the field, making it difficult for them to engage, and then disengaging myself. Because we know what's about to come down. Yeah, every ult imaginable is about to drop on our team here. This Moon Knight is going down. No chance that he lives. There's that lag spike again here. Was coming in to kill that Thing if I had the chance. We see that the healers are back there, so I'm just gonna swing over to this health pack. The boost recharges very quickly, which is nice because it means that you're gonna have a lot of time where you can actually be boosted. Yeah, the range damage on him is not bad at all. The spread is not nearly as bad as you think it is. You just gotta hit them in the center of mass. Center mass will be the... Oh, shit. Shit. I thought, for whatever reason, I thought I'd be able to go down the ramp there. Yeah, the center mass, don't try and go for the crits unless they're, like, right in front of you. Center mass will allow you to hit a crit as well as hit most of your projectiles. These guys are getting dusted, though, unfortunately. Our support player is dying very quickly. Although I do appreciate them for swapping to support. We got 14 beers deep on the other team. It's crazy that I've played with 2 guys with stepdad in their name. So a very very specific category on very specific websites. These guys are really into for one reason or another. I don't understand it, but whatever. So anyway, with the ranged attack, the spread is not so big that it can't hit people even from max range with all of the pellets. It's actually a really tight spread in terms of how much damage it can actually do. You see, like, this is like max range here. This is still like the size of a character model, basically. But when you are close up to them, you can go for the head, and that's going to deal a ton of damage. You don't end up close up with them very often. But with the dive ability, the idea here is to right-click them, dive them, and then hit them twice with the primary fire snark. So if you're wondering what the combo is, you right-click. When the right-click connects and you get the DI with the right-click, then you dive on them and you hit them twice with the primary fire, and they fall over. It's really good. It's really, really good.
And then he shot him.
Putting some damage downrange here. I'm now going to reposition because if I get dove up there, I have nobody to protect me from the damage of the enemy team, and I don't expect them to be able to see me from that position. Wow, dude. I mean, I disagree, but whatever. I'm gonna dive out real quick, and I'm going to grab this health pack because I expect my team to be going down, or at the very least not be engaging on the point. You see how far back our supports were? We're now going to wait for the team. I do have my ult here, but I'm trying to save it to combo with Storm.
You need to get this guy on the right, this Mr. Human Torch.
I'm going to burn down the Groot Ironwood wall, which is going to allow us to keep Groot from generating a bunch of bonus health there. Again, we're chucking a few of these fire patches down on the ground. They respawn fast enough that you can use them without having to worry about it. Waiting for my thing to engage on them from a position that I want to engage on them with. Is that hitting me?
Bro,
it is.
I was so far out. That is crazy.
Yeah, the Moon Knight ult was used a little bit farther in than I anticipated. Again, getting a little bit of a lag spike. Snark, have you noticed any lag spikes since the game has patched since last night? Every, like, 10 to 15 seconds, I get, like, a 1 second spike in lag. God damn it, I held my ult, and now our Storm swapped off of Storm. So that's bad. That's not great, huh? We can anticipate that as soon as I press ult, the supports on the enemy team will also press ult. There we go. That's actually huge for us. We're just gonna link all these together, put a little bit of zoning down on their side of the field. This is now both of our defensive ults.
Up here.
Which motherfucker? Probably not, since we all used our support ults. This is the moment where I either get a kill or I waste the whole ult, but I tried to wait for them to be able to do something with it, and it just didn't work, so. Hopefully we're gonna be able to do something here. Got the Supernova coming in from the... Yeah, there it goes, dude. That's the death for me. From the Human Torch on the other team. He did work on our team. I guess we just have no real, like, spatial awareness, because he shouldn't be able to kill you that easily. Right? Like... Who was our Thor? Our Thor swapped over to a Psylocke. Our Thor swapped over to a Psylocke in that game. He says he's a top 500 Thor. Gotta stop dying, little bro. Yeah, that's exactly it. That is literally the problem with our team. So, yeah. Says I'm always afraid. That's funny. Let's go ahead. Let's look at Teemo. I want to see, is he really top 500? I don't think he is, but let's find out. Maybe he is. This is the second person in the last week that's told me that they are a top 500. Yeah, bro, look at this shit, dude. Look at this shit. He says he's top 500, dude. Look at him. He's silver 3 at the highest. How you gonna claim top 500 and then be a silver 3, bro? That's embarrassing. Legitimately, that is just sad. So we're diving back into this next game, trying to lock in on the Human Torch here. I'm just going to quickly scroll to the bottom and hope that I get there faster than everybody else. Hoping for the best here.
All the difference.
And bang, confirm. Yes, got to lock in again. Which feels great. I'm just going to go ahead and ban this person. You're banned. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to keep this on your way out. Let's see, what's your name? Created clown. You really are a clown, dude. Amazing. I thought you were kidding, but here you are. A legitimate clown in my chat. Let's go ahead back in with the Human Torch, see if we can get some value out of him.
Talk a lot, I fly a lot, I win a lot.
So anyway, Snark, like I was saying, the combo, you want to right-click and direct impact them with it, and then you dive onto it, then you tap, and they die. They fall over dead. As long as you are hitting a decent amount of your pellets on the double tap there, you should have no problem basically one-hitting them with that combo. Happens really quickly. When you're doing it in-game and you're trying to make it happen fast, it's right-click, F, and then you want to wait a second because the right-click takes a second. You can actually cancel your right-click animation with F, which I found out in the practice range this morning. So there's a little bit of a learning curve there. But another thing you can do is toss some damage over time down onto the spot where they're going to come out of their door if you get there fast enough, which is cool. You want to try and lock in with the damage over time fields as much as you possibly can, which is going to require a bit of doing, but as you kind of get used to it, you'll find that it gets a little bit easier. Somebody's still alive here. Who is it? Their Human Torch here, going in on my team. We're just going to put some big damage in on him. One of our supports are down, though, so I want to make sure that I am playing from an angle where I can get healed if I need to. Again, we're throwing some healing, some damage over time down onto them. And now that I am getting smacked, I'm going to wait for the heal from my team. And now we're going to go back in. Want to try and damage up on this Human Torch. With his elevation changes, it can be very difficult to actually hit, but not too hard. I'm going to get out of here before I take too much damage, because the healing over time was nice there, but the little bit of lag spikes that I'm getting are making it pretty difficult to engage with everyone. We're just going to put this on the ground. We're going to stand behind it, put this there, dive down, right, put some big damage in on the enemy team. Trying to see the difference in the color of the Human Torch on our team compared to the Human Torch on the enemy team's fire. It's a little bit more red from the enemy, a little bit more orange from your team. I need to get this healing from my squad and then dive out, waiting for my team to get back together here. Small damage field there on the point. But I am getting close to my ult here. We are going to see the Mantis ult. Oh, God. Dude, that lag spike was terrible right there. Can I lock them all? Yep, I can lock them all in there. And the Mantis ult's going to be gone now. So now we're going to start chucking down the supernovas. We see that the enemy team is using their ultimate as well. Triple support on the enemy team, which is why nothing is dying. That makes a lot of sense. We want to have a storm team up for the power to eliminate them in their support ultimates. If we can get one, that would be ideal. Yeah, Snark, so this is going to be my main in Season 1.5. I'm going to be playing Human Torch every single game that I can lock in on him. It's going to be the character. The next character that I get to Lord is going to be Human Torch, unless I get Cloak and Dagger before then, just based solely on me not being able to lock in because other people chose him first. We're now going to link him up. Link him up there. Going to use my flight, get myself in, grab this health pack. Big damage, big damage. She's looking to get away, and it looks like she is going to. That's kind of fine. I'm just going to protect this health pack so that she can't actually use it. And she did try to steal it from me there. But again, I could just get the health pack, use my faster flight to position myself in a place that I would rather be. With the Mantis on the enemy team, chilling out here. We're going to put those there. Got the Iron Fist ultimate coming out from their team here. Want to be careful about where I engage. Want to get back to my team whenever possible. Stand behind this to get the healing over time that I need. So that's great. We do have the Human Torch on the enemy team going down for me. Just gonna dive in and grab this health pack while I utilize this to re-engage from a different angle. What if it were not clobber in time? We have the enemy team utilizing their litany of support ults here. Just every support ult you could possibly think of is present in this current setup. Unfortunately, I go down there. There we go. That's the Luna Snow on their team putting out her ultimate, as well as the Invisible Woman on our team putting out her ultimate. And now we can expect that the... Who's left? The Invisible Woman from their team will have her ultimate next. There it is. And once this is gone, I'm going to utilize my ult to put down a ton of damage on them, assuming I don't die in the process, which I do. Just needed a quick little heal from my squad. Triple support might even be better than it was before. Or more prevalent. Not better, but more prevalent than it was before, just based on the lower ult times. The lower ult times meaning that a third support ult may be more necessary than it was in the previous meta. We're now going to Supernova here. I'm going to press my team up from Sue. I'm going to try and get up with these guys. Again, putting this here, trying to connect it. Putting one there, put her there, pal. Trying to connect it. Now get back to my team before I get killed. I was able to get their, Mantis there. Going down quickly. Just need the healing from my squad. Good. Let's link them up. There we go. I was able to kill their thing by keeping him inside of my fire field there. Just going to get into the healing over time of our Cloak and Dagger so that we can hopefully keep them healing me. I'm now looking for the spot where I can damage the Human Torch on the enemy team. That seems unlikely. How'd she get all the way over there when she used it here? Okay, she just kept moving to the side. It just felt like she traveled a really long way. Supernova! The enemy team's Human Torch now coming out with his ultimate here. No ults for us to counter it, but it's not actually that good of an ultimate on its own, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue. We're gonna put that there, we're gonna put one there, we're gonna put one here, we're gonna put one there, we're gonna close it in. Again, just trying to stay alive here. A lag spike fucking me up, but the two support ultimates from the enemy team come out at the same time there, so that's actually huge for us. Again, we're just gonna put these down here, putting them down, diving them. Trying to get to a heal, but I'm not gonna get it in time. Man, tough game, tough game. Doing all right. Not as good as I would wish I would do, but again, like, the character's still very new. Still doing better than their Human Torch. Couple more deaths, but I'm also going for it a little bit harder than he is. Just going to dive down onto their team. I should have pressed my team up with Sue Storm there before I did that. The dive is very useful, but without the team up from Sue, can be a little bit harder to survive when you dive directly into the enemy team. Now press this, dive, hit the Supernova button. With the co-op time coming in here, I'm gonna hope that I can get to it, and I do. Huge. I want to just try and get over to where their Human Torch is. If I can stop them from being able to engage from this position, that could be really nice. Gonna pop my team up, but I wasn't able to. The amount of healing on their team is just so absurd. Just ridiculous. No support ults from me and my squad yet.
Only 60 seconds left.
Very unfortunate. We need to get up there and contest as quickly as possible. I'm gonna pop my team up with Sue and hope for the best here. Just lock it in, and unfortunately I go down. I took the extra death, but it is what it is. I tried my best to get in there and contest on it.
Well, you can't expect
3 supports versus 2 supports is still a pain. Triple support is going to be the bane of everyone's existence for the time being and potentially moving forward. The thing that we needed to be able to combat that was a storm so that we could combo those ultimates and kill them inside of their ult. Let's dive into the next game here and see if we can catch some more Human Torch gameplay. A little bit of fiery action coming in. That'd be really nice.
your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
Human Torch already taken, which means I'm going to be diving in on Cloak and Dagger, trying to keep everybody alive and work towards my Lord of Cloak and Dagger, which I'm getting close to. You'd think I would have had it by now based on the amount of time I've played this character, but I looked and it was actually only like 10 hours, so it just feels like I've played her a lot more. All right, we got a Storm, we got a Sue, we got a regular Storm and a Sue Storm. We got a Thing and a Thor. Thing and a Thor, Sue and a Storm. We should be good to go.
Before we had powers,
Deer Park, that's good water.
that bond is
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Something bothering you?
Delicious. Nick says, damn that guy for taking the Human Torch. I wanted to see you use him with Storm on Domination. It's disgusting. You may get to see it secondhand here. Nick, I'm telling you, the team up is nasty as fuck. It's so good.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I think I'm even gonna buy the Human Torch costume as well. Buy the costume, get the whole package there. Why not, dude? I like supporting the games that I love. And it's a dope costume. I don't know if I'll like it more than I like the blood, whatever, the blood. I don't know what it's called. It comes from doing competitive this season, placing higher than gold. The bloody tampon skin, whatever it is. I don't remember, dude. Sorry. We're just gonna put that down range, get the Terror Cape in on everybody that we possibly can, throw the healing overtime down there on our Thing, and go ahead and hit him with the healing there. We've got 3 seconds left on our Terror Cape, and so we're gonna try and utilize the Terror Cape in the times when I am inside of my healing. Then I'm going to use my movement to get myself up and out of the way there. I can't save the Thing if he keeps running away from me. And then I get killed trying to save him. Good job, Thing. It is what it is. We got blowing chunks on our team, which is nasty and funny at the same time. I am going to, after this show, I'm going to take apart my entire computer, spray it with canned air, take out my processor, apply new thermal paste, and we're going to see if that fixes our slight lag issue. Gonna be a lot, big project, but at the same time, if it fixes the problem, then it'll be worth it. Also should give me a few more frames than I'm used to currently. The Thing is not doing us any favors. Thing on our team is running into the middle of the enemy team, and in doing so is getting us killed while we try and keep ourselves alive. So that feels bad. Let's group up and wait for everyone. Yep, I got you. Storm, save your ult so we can combo with Johnny. I'm gonna go ahead and press this now. just to save the team. Play into the Cloak and Dagger ultimate, please. That way I don't have to worry about trying to heal them in a time when I could be damaging people. We are getting heavily damaged by the Human Torch on the enemy team here. We have the shields coming up, though, and he does not deal enough damage inside of his ultimate to be able to stop our team from freely utilizing the space of the point.
Time to shine. We better test this out. Enemy located. Check this enemy.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Terror Cape there on his team. Throw the healing overtime down for our guys. Get our boys together here. Don't go too deep. Come back. Cool. As a group, we can move up, though.
Enemies eliminated. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
I'm gonna wait for the heal from my team. I want to throw out the Terror Cape. There it is, baby. There it is. Going ham. The Storm ult. Gonna use my movement to get up and out of the way here. Keep our Invisible Woman alive. Magneto thinks he's gonna kill me in my ult. It's not going to happen. That's not how it works anymore, Mag. Want to destroy these Loki runes as much as I can. This is going to be the moment where I die if I'm not extremely, extremely careful here. I have enough time, just enough time to be able to put down my healing over time field. I need to get over to our Thor. Damn, I tried, dude, I tried. Tried to get over to him. In all its glory, it came out. Unfortunately, there was too much healing going on from the Loki dropping runes down. At least I think he dropped runes to combat the Storm
We had powers.
and the Johnny.
We had each other. That bond is unbreakable.
We got a Sue Storm, we got a Johnny Storm, we got a regular Storm. The triple Storm lineup is going crazy.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Also, you gotta give the Invisible Woman props for keeping her name when she married Mr. Fantastic. She was like, no, I'm not a dick. I'm not gonna be Sue Richards. We're doing great, though. Doing great. We lost that last round, but everybody on our team is doing pretty good in terms of staying alive, so that feels good. We don't have anybody with, like, 7 deaths coming out of that last one, which is something you always got to worry about. Tossing some heals in on my team for no reason other than I like them. These are for you guys. Utilizing the shift animation cancel. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Terror Cape on the enemy. Want to get out of the way of the fire from the Johnny Storm there. I'm going to steal their health pack as well so that they can't use that for free. I'm gonna put it there, put my healing over time there. Get ready to move out of the way, and I just couldn't get out of the way fast enough. I should have been healing the rest of the team. I forgot that I had just used my cloak. What's it called? Dark teleportation. Even though it's not really teleporting, it's kind of like moving from one place to another. Dark movement, I think would be a better way to put it, but again, just trying to keep the team alive while they are doing their thing in the sky here. We're gonna go ahead, drop that right there, put her there, pal. We can expect the Storm ult will be coming in at any moment here. And here it is. So we're just gonna get out of the way. Our Invisible Woman goes down, our Storm goes down, Johnny Blaze, Johnny Storm even, going down here. Thankfully I was able to skate the ultimate of the thing, but he is now coming for me rapidly. I'm just gonna put the damage cape on him. Try and keep our thing alive while we try to push towards the point. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, so I'm just going to continue to engage on them. I'd love to damage up on everyone here. And hopefully keep our team alive in the process. Not sure that we're going to be able to do it, but I'm certainly going to try. This is the moment where I need to leave or I die. Jumping over into my healing overtime here. Throwing out the healing overtime for our team. Throwing out the damage cloak while they are healed up from the Sue Storm on our side. Our Sue Storm still alive? She's still alive? I think she is. Yeah, she's still alive. She has ult here. So we're going to be able to utilize that. Shields are up. So the Human Torch can't do anything through the support ultimate, just like every other DPS in the game is goddamn useless compared to a support ult. Doesn't matter if you have an ultimate or not. If they're a support player, they have an ultimate and it's better. We want to engage with them here. I'm going to toss out the Darkness Cloak. See if I can't get anyone. And I was not able to. Want to ricochet some heals off the wall there for Thor. Again, trying to wait out our cooldown here. Just doing my best to keep my team alive. I need to get out of the way, and I'm not going to be able to. That is unfortunate. They're taking the point back, and if we don't get on it right now, we lose. This is the moment. Does the thing get on the point? Nah, dude, he's dead. He's dead, man. I did everything I could. Did everything I could to keep those guys alive. They had a Loki, they had a Cloak and Dagger. We had an Invisible Woman and myself on Cloak and Dagger. We should have been able to do better, but it is what it is. Can't expect to win them all, as they say. And by they, I mean Galacta. That bitch. Their team fought into their Cloak and Dagger ultimate a lot better as well. You can see her healing at 21,505 compared to mine at 14,000. That is wholly indicative of the team fighting into their actual healing field, but also they had 2 tanks compared to our 1 tank, and that makes a big difference as well. We're going to load into the next game and hope that I can lock in on Johnny Storm, and hopefully everything will be hunky-dory. I'm gonna be playing the shit out of that character this weekend. Oh, this is the new map. Central Park, baby. Cool, I will not know where any health packs are. Awesome. We already have somebody locked in on Johnny Storm, so we're gonna go ahead and lock in on Cloak and Dagger. We have a Storm and a Human Torch, so we're gonna be able to see the ultimate in action here. The Wombo combo. Which one is Wombo? I'll leave that for you to decide. We have a Rocket Raccoon, we have a Thing, Human Torch, a Storm, and then we've got Mom's Wife. Which, not everybody's mom has a wife. Mine does. So, it's cool to see her here. I didn't realize I was playing Marvel Rivals with her this morning. That's dead ass. My moms are gay. No dad, just 2 manly moms. I always say that my mom is Al Borland, but she has a better beard. You know, from Tool Time, from Home Improvement. Somebody's going to appreciate that joke. Who was our last person? We got Mom's Wife playing Hella. Good call. Because we know we're gonna have some characters up in the sky. At least one, right? Trying to keep our Human Torch alive while we fight here from the ground. Want to throw the healing overtime down for myself and for Rocket. Keep tossing them light daggers out to the homies. Tossing out the Darkness Cape now. Trying to damage up on anybody that we can. The Hulk is playing extremely conservatively. Or at least he was until he got shit on. But their team has 2 tanks. And every team that I've come up against with a Thing and another tank has beaten our team that only has 1 tank, so that's something to consider here. Gonna toss that Darkness Cloak in on him. We're gonna throw this healing overtime down for me and the homies that are on the ground here. Want to try and keep our thing alive. There we go. Got him up. Want to get these heals out to the homies that are up in the sky. Just trying to keep everybody as topped off as humanly possible. I was able to snag a little bit of free damage on them with the light daggers, which converted to a kill on the Human Torch. I'm gonna put this here for my team. We are down our Storm now, although she is a little bit farther behind in the ultimate economy than the Johnny Storm. I would still like to see their team up in action here. I got killed immediately there from the damage of their Hela, but their Hela goes down right after that. You're down one support, be careful. They are down what I would consider to be their main support. Rocket Raccoon can put out a ton of healing, but less burst healing than Cloak and Dagger overall. Just gonna get our thing alive here. I can't actually see him where he's at right now, so I'm gonna be trying to. Now it's time to get up and out of the way here. Bricks, what's going on, dude? How are you? I have to let everybody die, unfortunately, which is not something that you often want to hear your healer say, but it is what it is. How am I going to heal them if I'm dead? You know what I mean? I just came back from the spawn. Right now, we've got the, yes, bro. Yes, bro, do it. Do it, Johnny, do it. Here it is, baby. The Wombo combo. Oh, my God, and it's so dope. It's super fucking dope, dude. We're going to go ahead and utilize my ultimate here just to ward them off as we continue to get them away from point one. We were able to full team clear. Was it worth it for me to use my ult there? Probably not. But just in case, I wanted to make sure they didn't get that final piece of the pie. Thank God it's Friday. Amen, dude. Amen. Thank God it's Friday because Season 1.5 of Marvel Rivals came out. Also the weekend. We're blinded by the light. That's a music joke for my less cultured homies. New maps. One new map. This is the new map here. It's Central Park. One new map and 2 new heroes, which is super awesome. They're very cool so far. I'm really enjoying them. Both of them have been very cool. I haven't played the thing yet, but I have played with the thing every single game since this season started. They are going to get this final point here. I'm just going to go ahead and take their health pack. I'm going to utilize my cloak to get out of the way, and then immediately get shit on by the Hela as I re-engage like a dumbass. That's my fault. That's what I get. Oh yeah, they completed the Fantastic Four squad. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, and it is fun.
Everybody, on me. Everybody, on me.
Trying to keep our thing alive while he goes out and pushes a little too aggressively without his support players. Thankfully, he came back. Damn, dude. Hela, I'm sorry. That was too much burst damage. I couldn't heal her through the headshot damage that she was just taking. We're going to swap over to Cloak form. We're going to put the Darkness Cape out on everyone. Throw the healing over time field down for our thing. Drop the healing onto him while he stands in the ultimate of the Invisible Woman on the enemy team. It is now getting very sketchy for our thing, standing in front of all this damage simultaneously. This is going to be the moment when I need to disappear or die. And now that they are getting low, it's time for me to drop in. Just gonna, nuh-uh, bro. Nuh-uh. Dude, I pressed my ultimate and I got headshot by the Hela at the exact moment I was in my ult. You see that? Damn, bro.
They hit a checkpoint.
That's alright. It's alright. My first time on Central Park. I don't know where all of the health packs are. Wasted my ult, but that's okay. I was gonna use it to try and counter them. We want to wait for Rocket. We want to wait for Johnny before we push in too hard.
Better stop that vehicle.
I want the Human Torch to have a voice line where he goes, "Here's Johnny." I think that'd be super funny. Wow, bro. This Hela is cracked. Hela on the enemy team, cracked. Getting that damage out on their thing so that they don't have a tank to be able to kill us. But they are going to utilize their Born Again ult here. We got our Storm and our Human Torch both have an ultimate as we move into this next fight. Will they use it? I'm just going to put this Darkness Cloak out for the Storm on their team. was able to dodge the stun of the thing on the enemy team by utilizing my darkness cloak, or by utilizing my dark teleportation ability. This is the moment where we have to combo ults. We need for our Storm to get back right now. And combo ults with our Johnny Storm here. Gotta keep Johnny alive. Gotta keep Johnny up so that he can hurricane. He's not gonna do it. There it is. There it is, baby. Go get him, Storm. Go get him, dude. Storm on our team pushed them back very effectively. That was cool to see. We got 3.5 minutes that we have to hold them. Should be scary, but hopefully we can. I'm just gonna try not to get killed by their Hela, who we know is a cracked shot. We have the world around me is reforming as we speak. I'm just gonna toss the darkness cloak out here. We're now going to utilize the healing from the Cloak and Dagger ult to combat the Hela ultimate there. We're going to toss this down. We're going to throw out the damage cape and hope that I can get some big damage in on their team. Unfortunately, he just stood right in front of their whole team. Trying to get out of the way, get over to this health pack if I can. We have the Hela on their team trying to engage with me, and she is dead. Now she is dead. We have our Hela is coming in here. We're going to get the kill on their thing in the process. Got the kill on their Hela, or on their Storm as well. Thankfully, our Hela was able to take theirs out. Got this guy is walking backwards, but very slowly. I'm going to stand on his bushy tail. Or as Squirrel Girl would say, his excellent bushy tail. With the Hela there, I want to toss out this darkness cape and just hope that I get it on anybody that I can. And I don't want to stand in line of sight of her too much. That's too much burst damage thing, I'm sorry. Again, we're going to try and damage up on their thing here. I want to try and keep him alive as much as humanly possible, because that's going to help me generate an ultimate, as well as hold them off for a bit longer here. We got the help of the Johnny Storm, was able to get their team down. Gonna get our Hela up here. Gonna toss this healing over time here for our team, who is currently on the ground. We're going to pull out the damage cape and get ready to throw it at their squad. This seems like as good a spot as any. And I'm gonna get their Human Torch down there so that he has less time when he can actually engage. We're going to help out our thing with the help of our healing over time field here. I'm gonna keep my dark transformation on standby just in case I need it. Normally I would use it to traverse a gap like that while we get in the lane of somebody who could very easily kill us, but we're not going to do that right now. They have 60 seconds remaining, and that is going to be a huge deal if we can out heal their ultimates here. And I am just going to try and survive. And unfortunately, I did not survive. The stun from the thing was able to kill me. And at this moment, can we combo DPS ults? Damn, if we'd have comboed the DPS ult right there, Storm would have been alive. I think she got rezzed by the respawn beacon, though. She did. That's huge. Huge, dude. Huge. We're going in. We're going to take their potential value away from them. This is the last 10 seconds of the match here. We're waiting for the Human Torch to pop his ult, or for me to get low enough that I get scared. This is the moment here. Got their whole team standing inside of my damage over time here. Gonna get this Storm down and out of the way. Want to throw this healing over time down for myself. Gonna get up and out of the way of their line of sight while we get their team down, and that is our first W on Central Park. Super dope. Super dope seeing the combo of Storm and Human Torch. Just absolutely popping off. You see our Storm with 25 kills, Human Torch with 22 kills. We have a 33 kill game here from Mom's wife. which is great. Thanks, thanks, mom's wife. I appreciate you coming in clutch. Let's queue up for the next one and see if I can't lock in on the Human Torch. Maybe do half as good as that guy just did. If I can do half as well, I'll be satisfied. Loading into Central Park here. We'll probably be on attack this time. Spamming the spacebar so that I can hopefully get to pick the character I want to pick.
Top-notch team to win this one.
I'm the brightest in the sky.
There we go. I was able to pick him. Thank God. The guy who loaded in a split second before me wanted to play the tank, which is great. We got a guy whose name is Attracted to Plants, which I'm not sure how to feel about that one. But, you know, whatever floats your boat, I guess, dude. It'd be nice... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, it'd be nice to see someone who is not a Loki as, like, our second healer, but we do have 3. So, potentially, even Loki could have worked there.
Hurry up. I got a date in another dimension.
That intro was nuts. I don't know if you saw, but Johnny Storm got hit by a giant acorn right before we loaded in. Oh, this is the Dracula thing from the season. It's back here. They're playing it. It must be a game. Must be an actual game. The Tomb of Dracula. Let's see. Can I read anything else on there? War of Central Park. Neat. I guess it's 2025, so I'm not surprised someone's attracted to plants. Yo, for real though.
4, 3,
Weirder things have happened, I guess, right?
1. All you need to do
So we can see there,
got it?
there Johnny Blaze trying to ward off our spawn door here. We're just gonna try and get some heavy damage in on him. I want to utilize this house if I can to my advantage here. Let's see if I can damage up on him while he's up in the sky trying to ward off our team from being able to take the point here. We're gonna put one there. We're gonna put her there, pal. We're gonna link them all together and just create a nice little triangle, which that triangle didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped it would, but that's okay. I'm gonna grab this health pack that I didn't know was there, but I suspected might be, and I suspected correctly. Now that I see that the Human Torch is gonna come after me, we can have a dogfight, dude, if that's what you wanna do. If that's how you wanna play it. I'm gonna die, though. I am gonna lose here. My support is not seeing me, so I do have to be careful about getting killed by him. Their Storm as well, a very scary aerial combatant. Again, I am getting a small heal from the Mantis, but I just want to be careful about what I do. Just gonna put that there. We're gonna put this here. We're gonna put one there. We're gonna put one here. Just try and link them up. Just see if we can't link them up there. I don't want to be in the damage over time of the Storm if I can help it. The Storm's auto damage field is very powerful. This is the moment. They're gonna go in. They're going to combo for a much stronger ultimate here. Just gonna try and link those up and damage them as best as we can. And it looks like I wasn't able to link them together. It's gonna take a bit of a learning curve there. Gonna get their Human Torch down. Put one there. Put one there. Get killed while we wait for our healers to see me up in the sky.
I feel better already.
Adam Warlock with a bit of a buff this season, showing off his
We try this again.
primary fire increase to damage. Very small buff to his healing as well. Still one of the worst healers in the game, but a little bit stronger in the burst damage front than he was before. Let's go ahead and get these together. Got that small lag spike putting in its work on me here. I don't really want to fight this Storm as much as I really want to be alive. We see that their team is getting an incredible amount of healing compared to myself in the sky. I got a nice little heal from Mantis that was giving me some healing over time, but not enough to keep me alive through the long haul of the damage from the Storm and the Johnny Storm. Just lock him in there. Lock him in, put some big damage in.
Sorry, can't hurt me, dude.
Where are you? There you are. Yeah, that's fair, dude. That's fair. I hit a little lag spike there. I was already trying to look for a heal. I gotta remember that I have that team up as well. That team up is 100 extra bonus health.
I'm rekindled.
We are going to see their support ultimate come out as soon as I press my damage ult. which I would like for the... I'd like for the Iron Fist to press his ult. That would be, like, best in my opinion. This is the moment where we have everybody's ult coming out simultaneously here. We're just going to try and lock them in a little bit with the damage that I'm able to generate. Now that that is over, we're going to supernova the point. We're just going to try and get them down as quick as I can. Deal as much damage as humanly possible. There we go. I was able to get their Rocket Raccoon down. It's going to be a massive amount of their healing now taken away. But I go down there to the power of Groot. Actually, apparently I got killed by the Human Torch, but it was Groot who dealt that big hit to me.
Let's light this candle.
We want to get back to the point and start putting in work. Looks like our team finally has it, which is nice. Just gonna try and lock them in there. Just gonna help out with the kill on the Storm while the Iron Fist assists. Is this the fox from Elden Ring? Oh, never mind. I thought it was a sword in its mouth. It's actually a horn on its head. Not quite as cool as the fox from Elden Ring, if you know what I'm talking about. Want to try and get up with my team here. Gonna put this damage over time on the ground. Got the Punisher going in, doing his work over here. Want to try and see if I can get into a dogfight with whoever was over on this side without getting myself killed in the process. Gonna be a big if. You know, if I can see them, if I can deal enough damage to be effective, if they don't get healed, right? But at the very least, I can start putting them together there. And unfortunately, my flame wall goes down. I caught a little bit of damage from everybody, and it is what it is.
Back from the ashes.
The flight, the fast-moving ability for Human Torch, which is like shift. It's shift on Iron Man as well. Shift on Star-Lord as well. That ability does not give enough of a visual indicator to show that it's actually working. We're just gonna kill this Storm. We're not going to allow Storm to get free value here. We're gonna start putting in some damage. I'm just gonna immediately press Supernova, because you never know when I might need it. Big damage from their team. It's hurting me pretty effectively, and unfortunately my ult is now gone. So hopefully I'll still be able to keep them off, but it doesn't look like that's going to be effective in any kind of way. Gonna have to practice with that, get a little bit better with the damage over time field there. I'm gonna go ahead and put one there. Just try to link those together. We are able to damage up on a lot of people there. Gonna try and get into the healing over time field of the Mantis. But seeing the Wrath of the Goddess come out here, it's looking like it's going to be the death for our team. So best thing I could do would be to rapidly reposition and hope for the best in terms of being able to put some damage in on them, generate a bit of ultimate charge. We have the Punisher now utilizing his ultimate again already. Again, just trying to find my spot here, try to find my place while we look for that free damage from my abilities. Whatever, Groot was able to hit me from that far away. I disagree, bro. That was so fucking far away. Just gonna put this damage in there. And unfortunately, I dove in, immediately got killed. Tried to put some heavy hurt in on Groot, and he just wasn't taking enough. I need you to apply pressure as I dive. I don't know what you're typing in all caps for, dude. That sounds like a you problem. Uh-oh. Will we be able to contest? No. That's a shame, dude. That's a big shame. It is what it is. So, Human Torch is a fun character. Going to take some practice to be able to get used to his abilities and the kind of cadence of his abilities. Also, the constant elevation changes across multiple maps can be very difficult to deal with this character, because you want to throw down your damage over time fields and then press E or R for me and link them all together. And unfortunately, if there's any amount of elevation change, then it blocks you from being able to link them and stops you from being able to utilize the damage over time field. And that feels bad.
Your hope.
Somebody stole the Human Torch here from me, so I'm going to go ahead and play as Cloak and Dagger again, and we will get to watch them do their thing. We have a thing. Speaking of things, we have a thing on our team. We got a Mr. Fantastic. We have a Human Torch. It would be nice to see the Invisible Woman so that we can give them all the team up ability, which gives additional bonus health.
Tie and I create equilibrium.
Let's see what they pick.
It's disturbed.
Okay, so they picked a Wanda instead. One support is not going to do it.
30 seconds before you attack.
And, at a certain point, I would love to tell them, like, hey, either somebody else picks a support or I go DPS. But I don't have to, because they went ahead and picked one anyway. So we do have the Invisible Woman here. Whoever else there was, I can't even remember 5 seconds ago when I just said who all we had. We still have a Wanda. We've got a Mr. Fantastic, a Thing, an Invisible Woman, and a Human Torch. So they're all going to get to benefit from the team up there.
Help get that
Got the Thing in his new trench coat costume. Looking sharp. He's looking like he's ready for church on Sunday. And he's going to go to Red Lobster when he's done. To keep my team alive, get a little bit of damage on their Thing as well in the process. Gonna be time to toss out the damage cloak when I can. Who's on me? Spider-Man. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill Spider-Man. No, he caught a heal. That feels bad. But it is what it is. Again, the Spider-Man is behind me, so I'm just going to try and utilize my healing over time field here. Get our Wanda alive here. Get our Wanda up. Get our Invisible Woman alive. Make sure she doesn't go down to the pressure that the enemy team is putting on. We do have the Iron Fist here coming in. I'm going to hit group up. Trying to keep the Thing and everyone alive. Don't want them to go too deep. I find that hitting the button 3 times rapidly gets the attention of everyone pretty well. And being that I am their only, that I am one of their main supports, it's pretty important that we are able to get their attention. It's going to be our checkpoint here. I'm going to put this healing over time field down. We're going to damage this Iron Fist. And then go ahead and utilize the Dark Teleportation to be able to get us into a good spot. I'd like to save this this teammate of mine, but he's really asking for death. He's kind of begging for death at this moment. We do have the Invisible Woman ultimate coming out here. That's going to save us from the power of the Johnny Storm ultimate. And we're just gonna die here. It's not that big of a deal. I want them to waste their ult so that we can use the Cloak and Dagger ult to be able to push forward. I want them to waste ults so that we can use Cloak and Dagger ult to make space.
Shut the fuck up.
Chance again.
I'm not going to.
Don't tell me what to do.
I will do that.
Don't tell me what to do.
Alright, so Mr. Fantastic is gonna be healed by someone
What's
else.
That's very toxic of you.
Don't tell me to shut the fuck up, bro. What do you want from me?
Will he do something? I apologize.
Yes.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Alright, fair enough.
I give him back shots.
Nice shot, dude.
time to shine.
I didn't shoot you.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I appreciate you. I'm sorry too.
I appreciate you too. Okay, you did nothing wrong.
It's funny how quickly guys fight and make up, isn't it? That's every fight any guy's ever had. You never stay mad at each other for long.
Did you watch hockey yesterday?
All right, all right, all right. Gonna get up and out of the way here. I'm trying to keep them alive. Please live. Yeah, there we go. There we go, baby. Try and keep Wanda up. I can't heal Wanda while she's in her phased state. Just trying to keep everybody up while they fight at this door. And we're doing a great job of it. We got that checkpoint, no problem. Trying to keep him up. Did we just become best friends? Yo, exactly, right? See, Nick knows. When you're a guy, you fight with each other and then you make up 5 minutes later, you know? You have a fist fight and then you hug it out. We can't stay mad at each other for long. He was this close to having a nutsack in his drum set. That's right. I was going to put my balls on his drum set, and there was nothing he was going to be able to do about it. Just damaging up on the enemy here. Trying to make space for my teammates. Keeping our thing alive against the massive damage output of the enemy thing. I'll tell you what was going to happen, Bricks. I was going to show that guy my thing. Which sounds disgusting if you didn't know that that character just came out with this patch. Just gonna do one of these. Dodge the stun of Spider-Man and the thing down there. Thankfully, we were able to keep everyone alive. We're gonna put this on the thing, deal some extra damage to him. I can't stay in that for too long, and I don't have an ultimate to be able to get me away from this, but I do have my movement to be able to get up into the sky here. I can throw this down for myself. I can throw the darkness cloak down on the enemies and hopefully get the kill on them that I need. The thing is on me. I'm just gonna ping him. I'm gonna ping this thing. Pinging the thing. That's way more fun to say than I thought it was going to be. Alright, pardon me. Gonna kill that Spider-Man. Good game, dude. Good game to the homie. Heart Shadow. I want to ask him. I want to ask him, dude, is that a reference to the Destiny exotic sword? Hell yeah, brother. He said yes. Hell yeah, brother. Heart Shadow was a super good sword from Destiny. It made you invisible when you right-clicked. I'll check it out. He says Heresy is super good, which is the current like DLC that they have going on. I'll check it out. I'll see if I like it. I think we're gonna play one more, and then I'm going to call it a little bit early today. I gotta take my kid to her mom's. I gotta do some dishes before I do the before I make my lunch here, and then I have to bust open the old PC and clean it and do try to find a way to combat the staggering that we're getting in games, because it is literally killing me. All right. It looks like I'm going to be going in as the only support again. There we go. We got a Loki. The guy who wanted to play Human Torch decided that since he couldn't, he was going to swap over to Loki. Big W from that guy. Thank you, man. for not leaving me here to carry the entire team on my own. Again, every team that I've had that has had an additional tank in addition to the thing has won. So, hopefully that will be the case again with this game.
30 seconds before you attack.
The thing's trench coat outfit looks badass, dude. Like I said,
Man, am I glad to have you on.
he's ready for church on Sunday, and he's ready to go to Red Lobster and order a well-done steak when he's done. You know? He looks exactly like that type of person. It's gonna be a well-done steak, absolutely no pink, and he wants his broccoli extra steamed so it's soft.
2, 1.
If you know, you know.
To the mission area. Got it?
Alright, we are pressing forward to the point. Got both of our tanks a little bit out in front here. I'm going to start healing them momentarily. Now seems good. Now seems good. Let's go ahead. Can we get the heal on our Hulk and save him from himself? No. Too much damage. Too much damage. I'm sorry, guys. That was just too much damage to heal through.
Capture now. The mission area.
My time to shine.
There we go, baby. Got the team back together. The boys are back in town or whatever. We got our damage cloak is off cooldown here, so I want to use it right now. Let's just go ahead and get that human torch out of, or that thing out of the way there. We were able to get the kill on the Wolverine as well. Gonna try and go up with the squad here. Try and go up with the squad here. Bang, put the heal overtime down for both myself and for everyone who is inside. So, I got you, baby. Bunch of people pinging I need healing like I don't see their ass. What do you think I'm doing over here? Sucking my thumb, my guys? Okay, so I need to get up with my team. We're gonna put that healing right there. We're gonna put this damage cloak right there. I'm gonna start throwing heals out to Loki. Just trying to get him as much as I can. Want to get this Hulk alive. And if he starts taking too much damage here, I'm gonna use my ultimate. Stand in the healing overtime.
Half of the mission area. Keep going.
Loki is utilizing this corner pretty effectively. We're going to come up here. We're going to toss the healing out for our Hulk and our thing. I'm going to hit him with the boost heal and then the damage cloak as well, so that we get a bit more extra damage on them. With the Hulk getting hit with the Namor ult, we're just going to go ahead and pop ultimate on top of them, and that's going to make it less likely that we die to the ultimate of their Human Torch. I'm now going to get up and out of the way. I would love to heal them. Got somebody on point. Not sure that I can kill this Hela on my own, but it's going to be worth a try. What the hell does she think she's doing? I can throw this healing overtime down for myself. Again, we're going to try and just get the point. My right click is on cooldown. My right click is on cooldown. And there's nothing I could do to have saved myself there. We want to hit group up. You're down one support.
Their team's capture progress has passed the
Just pinging me so you know where I am.
Everybody, come here.
Trying to get there as quick as I can. I can start ricocheting heals out to them from up here. They may not hit, but they may. You never know. Any healing is good healing when you've got none. Trying to get the heals out to them. Getting our Scarlet Witch alive here. We want to get our Loki up as well. And just keep him alive for as long as possible. Gonna throw this healing overtime down for our team. We did get the point back there. And we are at 82. As long as we don't overextend, we should have this, no problem. Got Loki's ultimate. And put that heal overtime down there for Hulk. Got the Gamma Shield coming out here. Putting this healing overtime out for Hulk. Putting the damage over time out for anybody who's in the way. Again, healing over time. Big heals on Hulk. Step in the Loki rune, my guys. Step in the Loki rune. I want to know what ultimate. I want to know what ultimate they just used. Unfortunately, this is going to be the death of my team here, so it's time to leave.
My time to shine.
I have my heals available.
Team meeting.
We have time. Let's just wait. I have Cloak and Dagger ult to move in with. Here we go. All right, it's time.
There can only be one Parker.
Utilizing my Cloak and Dagger ult here to ward off the point from as many people as humanly possible. And we are so close to taking it. I want to put this healing over time down for myself. I want to toss out this damage cloak. I want to try and get the kill on this Johnny Storm, and we did. And me taking the point back from them hopefully is the thing that saves us in the long haul here, but it looks like I'm going to go down. It looks like we're probably going to lose the point there as well. Very sad days. Sad days, boys, sad days. We had the Thing ultimate come in there. I tried to put it on the point, my Cloak and Dagger ult, and when I did, the Thing ran over to the side room instead of fighting on the actual ultimate itself. Had he fought on the ultimate, I think that we could have taken the point and held it, and he would have been able to have utilized his ult. But that being said, I don't know what he was diving over there, so potentially the thing that he was going after was actually very important. We have our Human Torch is 1 and 1, so he's doing great.
30 seconds before you attack. Get
He's pulling a 1 KD, which I can't be mad at him for.
The brightest one in the room.
Well, according to Ben, you still are.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're a lot hotter than me.
Ooh, thanks. But I'm pretty sure you got me beat when it comes to hotness, too.
Wow. I hear the Riz of the Human Torch trying to drop the flirting with Cloak and Dagger. Bold, considering she is one with her partner. You know, she is one being, her and Ty, in the same body. But I guess if they ever did get down and dirty, the horror from Ty would be pretty funny. You know, just assuming that they're not a couple. I'm pretty sure they are, but if they weren't a couple, it would be pretty funny. Gonna use this here so that I don't get killed while the Human Torch tries to come in and do his dive bomb on me. I don't know if you saw it, but I dark transformation or dark teleportation at the exact moment that I needed to be able to dodge that dive. Dip, duck, dodge, you know, the 5Ds. Fucking bitch stairs. The stairs broke under my feet. Like I was the girlfriend from Shallow Hal. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. That's a throwback. The girlfriend in that movie broke a chair. Wanda goes in. That is the first successful Wanda ultimate of patch 1.5. So, sweet. It's nice to see her doing something. Fulfilling on her promise to be useful in some way with her ultimate. Based on the most recent buff, we can expect her to be slightly more effective than she was in the past. I just recently watched Dodgeball again. I love that movie. That movie is a classic, dude. I'm dead here. Your two healers were getting dove by Wolverine and the Thing.
Because you guys are all the way up there and we're sitting on holes.
Keep going.
I tried to save Loki. It didn't work, but I tried.
My time to shine. Control lost. Team meeting. Right here.
Alright, let's group up. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. That's right, dude. That was not just from Dodgeball, but also a less direct clip from the movie 300. You guys remember that shit? With Xerxes, the God King, who finally realized he could bleed. I had to watch that shit in the army. I was super excited, but then they wouldn't let us watch the whole movie, only specific parts. I was like, this is lame, bro. How you gonna not let us watch the actual, the whole movie? I'm gonna utilize my Cloak and Dagger ult here, just to ward off the point from anybody who might want to utilize it for their own point capping needs. We're just gonna try not to let them. I'm gonna try and heal Loki. He needs to stop getting into a 1v1 with Ben Grimm. It's not gonna work out for him. It just isn't.
Something doesn't feel right.
I hear Namor's wet feet.
Nobody can hurt
I'm gonna try and put a little bit of healing out for Storm here. Just see if I can't save her a little. And I can't. But I did try, so at least there's that, right? It's the thought that counts. Wanda, I can't heal you when you're phased. Heads up. That is big damage coming out onto me. Fuck. I got caught with a headshot onto me at the exact moment that I needed to get over to the Loki. Plenty of time here.
my time to
The Wanda lived through her ultimate, but didn't actually kill anyone with it.
Has passed the halfway point.
Trying to save them.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
I thought somebody was sneezing really loud into the microphone just now until I realized it was the Thing's ultimate. Which is stupid as hell, but is actually kind of hilarious. I'm gonna tell the team. I thought somebody was sneezing really loud into the mic, but it was the Thing's ultimate. It says, hey buddy, I think you know what time it is. Yeah, it's time to see the respawn screen.
I wouldn't know
Time for round 3.
the light force.
Time for lunch, as well as a number of other things that it's also time for. It says klaba klaba.
Seconds before you attack.
11:33. It's 1:33 here.
When I see someone with power,
It's clobbering hour. That's hilarious, dude.
I mean, how can I compare?
Don't compare. You just spread your light.
Ah, my goodness. That water is so good, dude. Can y'all get in a group of 4 so I can get the achievement when I activate clobbering time?
1.
What?
All you need to do is capture the mission.
Why would you ask the enemy team if they can help you get an achievement?
Fantastic Four is my favorite.
Like, it's very cute, right? But why the fuck would we do that? Why would we subject ourselves to willingly get hit with the full brunt of your ultimate? Know what I'm saying? How does that benefit us in any way? Wanda got dookied on. Use this to reposition to the high ground here while I wait for my healing over time. Looks like everybody's dead but me, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, Storm came up and got me. That's totally fine. The Storm and the Hela were coming up to find me, so.
Capture the mission area.
I'm back to shed some light. Team meeting, right here.
Trying to toss out a bit of healing to our Human Torch. Unfortunately, he did not need it. Nobody really needs it right now at this moment, so I'm just gonna chuck out the old Terra Cloak. Thing, you're super deep, bro. Healing over time is up top. I got you.
I've heard it's right. Wait a tasty treat.
Yes, one down.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Moving up to their spawn corner here. The Thing is gonna die if he's not careful. Please be careful, dude. Please. Combo it. Combo Storm's ult. Human Torch hit ult. Hell yeah.
We better test this out. My time to shine.
Got our Storm going in and slaying out on their Hela. It's gonna be not even close. We're just gonna Terra Cloak out on that Logan. And unfortunately, I go down there. They're taking the point as well. I did not want to use my ultimate in a space that was not the point. I'm gonna see if I can get them together. If you can disengage, now would be a good time. Doesn't look like it, though. Looks like my team's gonna go down instead. Wanda dead? Wanda dead? Yeah, she's dead, too. Getting our team back together here. Loki's on his way. Gonna try and utilize my damage here. Get myself up to the high ground, which unfortunately I just wasn't able to do. Try and keep Grim alive. Benethan. I'm dead, bro. There's nothing I can do about this. That's a Wolverine ult and a Storm ult on me at the same time, you know? How do you live through that? You don't. The answer is you don't. Tough game. Tough game. Very close. We have a Thing ultimate. And we have the Storm / Human Torch combo coming online here. Let's stay together. Go for it, Ben. Go. I want to get this healing overtime down for myself. We got there. Storm is on me. It's just unfortunate, dude. Super close game. Our Storm was killing it. Our Human Torch finally made it to 11 kills there before the end of the game, so that's good. It's a pretty long game in general, but it is a new character, so it's going to be harder for him to figure out. Somebody says he didn't even get the clobber. That's a shame. Sounds like a skill issue, my guy. Pika G coming in with the MVP here. I've played with Pika G before and against Pika G. They were hella the last time as well. So, clobbering is the things we've made along the way. That's funny. That's funny. All right, dudes. So, if you guys did not see it, I went over the patch notes at the beginning of this show. If you would like to watch that, you can. And you can see all of the updates from today's patch, the balancing updates for the heroes. In addition to that, I will be cutting that down and posting it as a video on the main channel over on Dude No Way Gaming later on. It'll be up later on tonight or tomorrow, so you guys will be able to watch that and get the full breakdown of what's going on with the current season. I'm going to be ending this show a little bit early today so that I can do some dishes, cook some lunch, get ready to take my kid to her mom's, and then break open my computer to clean it all out. Get all the fuzz and additional dirt and stuff out of there, and then pull out my processor, clean off the current thermal paste that's on there, and put down a new layer of thermal paste, because when I restarted my PC today, I noticed that my processor was up around like 90 degrees Celsius, which is potentially component damaging if I'm not careful. So I do have to be really Johnny on the spot about getting that cleaned and the thermal paste applied, because if I'm dealing that much, if I'm putting my processor through that much wear and tear, there's a good chance that it will decrease in its ability and potentially even brick. And I can't have that happen, because this is not only like the thing that I do 5 days a week, but it's also where I spend most of my time, right? So I will be back Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another show. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out today. We had Nick stop by. Snark was here for a while. We had Bricks hanging out with us. I know Stargazer is out there right now doing her thing. There's a bunch of people that came in and were lurking. And don't forget, guys, that Twitch drops are live for the next week or two. So when you do come in, make sure that you are also watching on Twitch at the Dude No Way Gaming channel so that you can get your free stuff. I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. I will see you Monday morning at 11 a.m. I'm Moonchild of Dude No Way, and I will catch you in the next stream. Take care.